Welcome back to another episode of The Gateway. Today we join our intrepid group of heroes at the Stonehill Inn once again, at just after freshly cleaning up, removing the bodies of the Red Brand that had come in to muscle up on Team Parthenax, um, cleaning up some of the blood using some old alcohol that the shopkeep Tolbin had stashed away. You guys spent a little bit of time scrubbing the floors. Um, very graciously gave you all ale, so you were all very comfortably relaxed after this battle. If you guys, well, nah, we'll just get to that. You guys have had plenty of rest. It was almost like a short rest. You guys were kind of like cleaning montage, happy day, sort of like, oh yeah, we're all kind of just getting the blood out of here. Um, so you guys have had basically a short rest, but a long rest is still needed by all of you. Um, it doesn't seem like Tolbin thinks it's the best for all of you to stay here tonight. He has offered up a couple of different places that you guys could stay throughout town if you would like. Um, there is the Eldermath Farms barn. He may, let you guys hole up in there for the night. Um, you could always camp somewhere around town. Um, ha! I don't know what happened to my adventure book. But those are the options that you guys have been presented with thus far. It is about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. The sun is just about on the setting half of the horizon. You guys probably have a couple of hours of daylight left. Um, what would you guys like to be doing?
I think we discussed this a little bit last time and decided we wanted to camp out in that old adventurer's orchard
Yeah, by the hole, kind of. Not
Yeah.
by
super
the
close,
hole.
but yeah.
Yeah. We can also watch the hole too, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah.
Retaliation.
Or the elves
Over
can
there.
watch it while everyone sleeps if need be.
I
Hmm.
Oh,
I
and then
can
he
stay
will
up all
hoot.
night. He will hoot.
Yeah, he is gonna need. Ah, crap. Let's see. What was the time on it? He lasts 24 hours, and then it takes a day for him to
Oh, yeah.
recharge. I'm pretty sure that's the. Let me double check here. So it lasts for 8 hours, and he can't be used again until 2 days have passed. So I'll say he was helping, kind of lug the bodies out and all this kind of stuff, the ones he hadn't already thrown out the window. Um, so he's still in owl form. If you would like to dismiss him or not, you've probably got like 3.5 hours.
I mean, I like just chilling with McFluffy, so I'll keep him around.
I think I
Uh,
have the Alba, yeah, and you should be able to move him around.
I can,
Um,
and I also have his stats.
Cool.
a while back, we were talking about, like, we were kind of worried about the wizard and that eye monster and stuff. I forgot that I have that one creature, that wind element.
Mm-hmm.
I can use
Air
it for, like,
elemental.
yeah, that we can use that too, just in case, like, shit hits the fan kind of thing.
We should figure out that they're not like air elemental eaters or something like that, where you just crack it and it's like they just drink it up and become more powerful. Because that can happen, I think.
Oh, did not know that. It's good to know.
From the what I understand about it, it's something like when you're fighting a dragon, you summon this dude.
Oh, okay.
So it might be a little overpowered for the current quest.
But I'm talking about, like,
But
with the
that's,
wizard, if the wizard's too much. And the
yeah.
monster, I don't know about that eye monster.
I think we'll be
I
able to
still
handle
have to think on that one. I don't think it's a beholder. I think it's something else. I have a pretty good idea, but I'd have to roll for it.
Yeah. And then
Um,
I don't see it too in my inventory. Like, I don't know how
the
to get it
elemental,
out. Yeah.
Is it
it
not in
was
your
an air
inventory?
elemental gem.
Mhm.
It should be under my equipment, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's blue
oh, the
sapphire
blue
elemental.
gem. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I see it.
blue elemental. Yeah,
Wasn't there a limit of how many I can use though? Like 9 or 7 or something?
it. It's
one.
one shot.
It's a one off. You
Oh,
like
okay. I
you
got you.
crush it. You
Okay.
have to like destroy this thing, and then it
Nice.
summons the elemental.
Okay, cool.
It's like a break in case of
Emergency.
danger kind of thing.
Yeah,
Break in case of Black Dragon.
cool.
Kind of meta knowledge here. I did take the feat alert, which kind of makes me really good at being the guard. So I will take first watch and second watch and third watch, all the watches. I can't
You
be
don't-
snuck up on.
Nice. Even by
Frickin'
me?
elves.
I can I can
How
have
about
Ami.
you?
You
I
can
can
what?
have Ami with you too. He can't be startled, and that's kind of his thing.
Yay! Okay, I'll have a friend. Yay!
He needs to sleep though.
My
Yeah.
Steel
Two
Defender.
gnomes.
I don't think he needs.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
that thing needs to sleep. No.
He's just
And-
a hunk of bolts.
And
That's awesome.
elves do that meditation thing, so
Hang
you
on for
don't
4 hours.
really even need like the full rest sort of situation.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So maybe if you guys just like let me meditate while we're setting up camp, and then I can take the full night's watch with Ami, the cool dog thing.
So you guys have like just finished cleaning up, and all of you kind of have gathered around one table. You're finishing up the drinks that Eldermath has, or not Eldermath, Stonehill has provided you guys with. As you guys are kind of having this conversation, he walks up to you. Well, I appreciate all of you for your help, and my tavern seems to be mostly back in order. I believe it may be about the time for you all of you to find your rest for the evening. The less time that you spend here, the less chance there is of those red bands coming back to exact revenge or steal more of my booze.
Well,
Shall need
we
to.
did throw one of them out naked in the streets, telling them not to come back here after they sent 8 after us. So I feel that they are properly dissuaded.
I hope that you are right.
Quite.
I don't know. They might be stubborn. They might think it as a challenge.
Yep.
Stella, do an insight check real quick, as you're talking with the owner of this tavern about the red brands and the faces that, or the forces you guys have faced so far. Faces you have
Okay,
forced.
Faces you have forced. I rolled a 16. My insight mod is +2, so 18.
You think that it's going to take a lot more than like severe embarrassment to dissuade them from trying to kick you guys out of town. You think that you guys have just made yourselves an even more imposing threat.
Okay.
But you definitely discouraged that guy.
That's good.
He ain't coming back to fight.
He's gonna need some therapy.
Yeah.
Probably a little more than therapy, but yeah, definitely. Okay. So as Stonehill is as kindly as he can ushers all of you out of his tavern. You guys are out on the streets of Findalin, kind of knowing the lay of the land and stuff like that. You guys are a little spread out here. There's some of you. Anyway, the town is getting a little bit darker. It seems like most people have gone into their homes now, kind of taking some rest for the evening. Doesn't seem like too many are heading over to the Stonehill for a drink tonight. You guys have definitely made it a spectacle that everybody's trying to stay away from at this point. So where to? Back to the Eldermouth Orchard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as you guys head through the streets of the town, back over to the... Oh, where did Sella leave? As you guys head through the streets of the town,
Sorry,
it is
guys.
quiet. Sorry, you're right.
I accidentally closed Zoom. My bad.
It's cool. The streets are pretty quiet right now. Seems like most people are making their way in for the night. doesn't seem like there are any figures around keeping an eye on you guys at this point. Make your way over to Elder Math's estate, as it were. Do you guys want to just like kind of wander into his orchard, or do you guys want to go like hit him up and be like, "Hey, we're just gonna camp out
I
back," if that's all right?
I think it's better if even he doesn't know we're here.
I agree.
I-
And plus, I know
I-
where it's at too, so I can like show the group exactly where it's at.
Yeah,
The little hidey hole.
tunnel.
Yeah.
I think we should at least tell Elder Math that we're there, or because he is a former adventurer. And if he's just like, there are people in my damn orchard, we may be in some trouble, or rather, he'll be in trouble.
He didn't notice an entire gang of brigands coming in and out of his back 40. Why would he notice us, who have already proven
Yeah.
to be friendly?
And Niken
guess
has
that's a
trust
fair point.
issues. I think some
Okay.
people, some people are in on it. I think,
Oh,
yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
So I don't want him knowing, to be honest.
Actually, that
Huh.
does remind me. Niken, can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yeah. Is this for 20? 12.
Okay, and then is that with your saving throw modifier?
Nuh-uh. Hold on. What is it? Wisdom, you said?
Yeah.
12, 16 total.
Oh, wait, what did you roll? A 12? Okay,
A
yeah,
12.
16 total.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Okay, so you definitely aren't. I'm gonna message this one to you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But you guys make your way over to the orchard and everything. And you guys notice. Okay, you guys notice that the place that these guys were coming in and out of is in the very back of the orchard. Like the trees around this hole are mostly dead. They haven't really been touched in a while. They basically need to be cut down for fire mitigation. But most of this farm is taken care of like around his house. Towards the back as you guys go, it starts to kind of like blend into forest and just dead, untaken care of apple trees and stuff like this. So as you guys head towards the back, can everybody give me a stealth check, please? Because I assume you guys are trying to be sneaky.
Well, Hexgrim got a 7. So
Got a 17 plus my 6.
Okay.
22.
I got a hefty 4.
Okay.
Killing it.
Win.
I don't know how sneaky can a 7'6" glittering gold dragonborn
Yeah.
really be.
A little sneakier than that. We've seen it before.
I do have a disadvantage with half plate
shit.
armor on, but I got an 8.
Oh man. Okay. So some of you did okay. Thea rolled a 19. So between Sela, Niken, and Thea, it kind of balances you guys back out. You guys, as a group, you guys are definitely being as stealthy as you possibly can be. Between the the two loudest members of the group, with the clanky, chunky, I almost said technomancer, and that's totally not it. This artificer kind of tinkering armor, and then the bulky tank-like armor that your guys' half-orc companion walks around in.
It's my chimes.
This the sneakiest of you are kind of like maintaining a light foot, and then every time somebody starts moving a little too fast, you guys like, shh, wait, hold on. So you guys are making a little bit of noise, but for the most part, you are pretty quiet. Okay, yeah. And none of you think that you are disturbing Eldermath at the moment.
As far as we know.
Yeah, none of you think that you guys are disturbing him. I just dropped a D4 and it's a metal one. I don't want to forget about that and step on it later.
Ooh.
That's like
don't wanna
Lego
think about
times
it.
20.
like even worse.
Like it's like Lego meets the scene from Home Alone.
Oh no, that would be monstrous. Luckily, they glow in the dark, don't they?
They do, yeah, they do actually. So I probably would have seen it if it got dark, but that's just still bad news waiting to happen. Um, okay, so you guys approach the back part of this farm. It doesn't seem like there are any lights on inside of his house. It is pretty quiet around here. You guys want to be setting up a camp? Or you guys kind of just sleeping in the dirt? You guys looking for anything?
Hi, hello.
Uh, I don't think there's
Hello?
any reason not to set up a small camp. I mean, it's not like we're going to
I'm sorry, can you
have
hear me?
a roaring bonfire and
Oh, sorry.
whatnot.
So you guys aren't really setting up a fire or anything?
No, this is a question for the team leader.
Hello.
But so glad you could join us. I don't think I have a fox token down there, but Thea is currently a fox at the moment. And you rolled really well on your stealth because of it.
Cool.
So you guys have just entered Eldermath's apple orchard. You guys are somewhat near the back of it, kind of in the same general vicinity of this little hidey hole that you guys had discovered last time with the guys in it. Kind of just scouting the area at the moment, trying to set up kind of a makeshift, not too intensive camp.
So this is definitely a new area for Hexgrim. Could you kind of describe the layout, what it looks like, what's going on?
Yeah, so this is a somewhat recent apple orchard. It's been made within the last 30 years for sure. It's not an incredibly old one. Somebody has put this in themselves somewhat recently. Towards the back of this apple orchard, though, where you guys are at right now, the trees are a little bit more dilapidated and just not been taken care of. There's probably 100 and 150 trees about in this orchard. Um, Near the homestead of this orchard, the trees are much more taken care of, have been uh, harvested to stay clean and taken care of to a very, very high degree. Um, Inside the home is, you've spent a little bit of time in this town, Hex. You would know the Eldermath Orchard and the adventurer that calls this little homestead home. He's just an older half elf adventurer who has come here to kind of settle down. Um, you also know that he's not done, so to speak. He, because of his age and being a half elf and everything, he's probably got one good fight left in him. Um, there's also the I don't know if I've talked about this one too much before, but there's also like the overarching kind of adventurer morale of, it's very similar to like the Viking style thing where it's like you're better off going down fighting. It's like to die fighting is an honorable death and like more ideal than dying of old age just kind of rotting away somewhere. So he has definitely come here to spend some quiet years, but he's not out of the race yet.
Okay, and we're in the back part of this orchard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like on the, I should have you guys on the Fendel on that. I hope I do. Yeah. So it's over to the left here on this this whole map that you guys have got. I'm missing some tokens, huh? Because I haven't been on this page with you in the game. By the
feel
way,
like we're in like this region-ish, right? Maybe a little bit more in the trees.
yeah. You guys are maybe like 4 or 5 trees deep, like because of course there's only maybe 20 little trees here, but
Right.
there is plenty more there. You just made a little fox. That's Stella. Nope, sorry, that's Thea. Let me put Hex in right here. Eru. That was hard to
Yeah.
remember sometimes. So is there anything you guys would be like to be looking for, or who's kind of setting up what part of the camp? Things like that.
Parthenax has got the fire handled.
I can put up
Okay.
the tent.
Okay, nice. Thea, go ahead and do a survival check for me.
Open my page. There it is. 20.
Oh wow, yeah. These tents are popped up like almost like you just whipped a sheet over the bed kind of thing. It's like they kind of fell in place.
Is it
Oh.
still about 6 o'clock?
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit later. The sun is much closer to setting.
Okay.
I will, as we're sort of setting up camp, sitting around the fire, sort of ask Eru and Hexgrim what their deal is, and then bring them up to speed on where we are.
Right.
So you guys are all kind of making the camp a little bit more cozy, kind of just laying out the land, kind of settling in, getting more comfortable with this area, just being quiet. You guys have a great opportunity, a little bit more intimate setting than in a tavern after killing a bunch of people, to kind of like share backstories and where you guys have come from and stuff like that. Thea, now that you have joined us, could I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Get you.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 15.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a message real quick. You. So if there's any kind of like stories you guys would like to share with each other, this would be a great time. Those notes that you were asking about Hex, so that's going to be in your roll 20. It kind of, I believe it looks like a little newspaper kind of folded thing up in the top right corner.
Okay.
And then there should be a couple of little things there. Handout, I believe it'll say sayings and stories. Stories and lore. Actually, make sure that I put this in your damn character sheet. If it didn't, then of course you're not going to see it. In player's journal, yeah, it should be there.
Is that under tools or?
So, let's see here. It's a folder on the top. I don't remember what the symbol looks like for you.
Gotcha.
Like there are different little tabs over there. And then Eru, you have one there as well.
I am not finding it. You said it's on roll 20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not finding mine, but I can wing it for now. We can figure it out.
Yeah, where
Okay.
is this? What do
So all of you guys in Roll20 should have one of these. It's a note that I've kind of just dropped into your character sheet. I think it should be under Journal, which is one of the tabs on your right, like where the right dice roller in the chat is.
Ah,
It'd be
Oh,
a
it's
tab that you can
actually
go over
in.
to for Journal.
Is it the same as
Gotcha.
what you put on my character sheet?
I believe so. You may have read this one a little bit ago.
I found it. Okay.
Cool. But if you guys want to share any part of your backstories or make something up or what have you, this would be a good time. I believe Parthenax has kind of opened up the table, so to speak, for
Yeah.
this exact kind of thing.
Would you guys believe that I was the only one in my entire tribe that could turn into animals?
It's a pretty unique ability. I'm not terribly surprised.
And they hated me for it.
Oh, that's lame. People can be such jealous jerks. Although the giant spider thing might be a little more off-putting than just jealousy.
I never turned into one of those when I was living in the village. 'Cause I
Oh,
knew
okay.
I knew that they would hate it more.
Fuck those guys. Now I'm joining
No
in
reason.
with the support.
No reason at all.
Oh, the sounds.
Hexgrim is just kind of sharpening a knife and kind of ponders back. Yeah, from my home, I fought a great war, and it's been nice being out of it. Oh, war's been all my life, and I must admit, seeing another dragonborn turned my skin as hard as rock. It was a dragonborn that tried to enslave me and my people back where I'm from. But you seem nicer than that.
I pride myself on it. Just like a big toothy smile.
He likes
Stella becomes like almost visibly withdrawn as Dragonborn come up in the conversation.
Hex D4 DM inspiration die for referencing that story a little bit. That's awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys kind of start to wind down telling these stories and stuff like that. Just getting a feel for each other, a little bit more comfortable before you guys all sleep in the same area. Stella, you taking the first watch, or I guess all the watches?
I can take a watch too because I don't have to sleep either.
That is fair. That would be nice. That way I can meditate.
So you guys want to split it up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice and easy, actually. So who wants to do the first watch? Stella? Okay, cool. Go ahead and do an investigation check. And then is your Iron Defender hanging out with her?
Yeah. Ami, you stay with him. You keep watch, okay? I'm gonna sleep. Don't pee on me again. It's oil. It's actually really funny and lucrative.
Lucrative?
Lubricative?
Whatever. Either way. Depends on the situation.
Right.
Okay. He's not going to oil on me, is he? That's not a thing?
No. If he does, I'll pull out a little bucket. No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'll just put it back in.
If he does,
Very,
could you catch
like-
it for me?
You just squirt a little paint thinner at him. He'll stop.
Paint thinner. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Takes the bark right off the trees, I tell you.
So if you want to do an investigation check for your Iron Defender as well.
I got a 14.
One moment to pull him up.
But I cannot be snuck up on.
I'm assuming I'm still in fox form and I was just like chilling there talking as a fox.
Somebody has to speak with animals, don't they? I feel like somebody
Oh.
does.
I can talk to creatures. I don't know if animals counts as
Yeah,
creatures.
okay, so it'd be Niken then.
Yeah.
I have comprehend languages as a spell.
I don't know that would go in. I don't think that's for animals though. That would have to be like a spoken sentient language.
I speak Goblin.
Would his check rely on him hearing something? Because he gets advantage on hearing.
I would say yeah. I would say
Okay.
this kind of like investigation, you're keeping watch and everything. You're definitely using all of the senses.
So he got a 16.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you guys are both very alert. You hear plenty of rodents scurrying around the orchard. It just sounds like there are a couple of different animals kind of throughout the trees, but nothing going on too much for this first part of the watch for sure. Is there anything you'd like to be doing throughout these couple of hours?
Can I put on my cloak and scout just about like 15 feet maybe away from the camp, just surrounding it?
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's 18. I thought it was 8. I got 18 plus 3.
Okay, as you are scouting along, you do stumble upon the same hole that you guys had found the last time you were here. It's about like 10, 12 feet away from where you guys have hunkered down, kind of just outside your camp.
Okay. And I don't see any footprints or
It
anything
doesn't. You got an,
fresh, I
what,
guess. Fresh.
what was your roll again?
18. I think
Plus
it's 18.
plus your investigation.
3.
Oh, okay, 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's anybody in there. And after you find this hole and you're kind of investigating around, you actually notice that you're able to find the tracks from when you guys were here earlier, but you also notice that there are tracks leading out.
Okay.
That it seems like there are more that came out than when you guys had come in here before.
Do I see where it's going? The tracks?
It looks like it's just kind of going straight out of town.
Okay.
So, Sela, you kind of end your first couple hours of watch, and you go to kind of just not even wake up Thea, but just make her aware that it's time to kind of trade out. Thea, were you sleeping in fox form?
I was just chilling in fox form, all nice and fluffy and stuff.
Okay. I don't know if you can get the benefit of a full rest if you're an animal the whole time. Because I think you would have to be the wood elf to get your trance full rest.
Could I have been like my elf form and then go back into a fox when she's like, "Hello, hi, yes."
Yeah, if you want to spend your
Okay.
watch as a fox, that's fine. But
Yeah,
you
that's
probably
fine.
got to rest as an elf.
As an
So,
elf, okay.
yeah, make sure you do your full rest so you got full HP and all that.
Okay. All right, we're Gucci.
Cool. Go ahead and roll an investigation. And then Hex is your Iron Defender still. Because the Iron Defender doesn't need to sleep, huh?
Nope, it's kind of like a created golem, except mechanical, so it doesn't even require magic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is. It's sweet.
13.
I got a 13 as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you guys, or Sia and this Iron Defender, as you guys are waiting, you can hear a little bit more rustling than kind of before. Like Sela woke you up, or kind of took you out of your trance for your watch. Things are quiet for a good first couple of hours, but then about halfway through, you notice Hex's Iron Defender kind of getting a little bit more rigid and kind of its head is moving very, very, very jostly back and forth, looking for something. And you do hear the footsteps of a creature kind of coming through the bristle towards you guys. And a large tusked boar runs out from behind the trees and is just charging right at you guys. It is just going to make a charge attack right at you. Let's see here.
Oh, goody.
It doesn't do very well. Oh, okay, tusk attack. So yeah, it comes to attack with a tusk. It rolls an 8. Or 8 total. So I imagine that it completely misses you anyway. Go ahead and roll an initiative. X, if you want to roll your Iron Defender in here too.
18.
16.
Ooh, we're rolled a 19. So this boar runs past you. Hex, you said 18?
16.
16. And then Thea, you said 18?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 16. So it runs up to you, and you manage to get out of the way from this first tusk attack. And just standing next to you, it just goes for another one. Just does a 15 hit.
For me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Since I'm in fox form, right?
Yeah, you are in fox form, so you
Yeah,
would
okay.
have.
12,
Do you have
yeah.
the stat block?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm using some dice here. Okay, so it attacks relentlessly.
Oh, good.
So use. Go ahead and do a strength saving throw for me.
Is this just going to be mine, or is there one on like the fox sheet?
It actually would be the fox because this is kind of a fox and boar fighting at the moment. Pretty sure that it's just going to be your strength modifier. I don't think it'll give you like a specific saving throw,
That's what it looks like. Okay.
which is not awesome. Jeez.
Are you saying the same thing I am? It's like an 8 minus 1.
Oh, this fox has a 2 for strength.
Well, I rolled a 20.
So 19. Okay, yeah, you save. But you do take 7 points of damage, piercing damage from these tusks.
Jeez.
Or that was I said it's relentless. That's not right. That's its charge attack. Relentless is another thing. Yeah, so it was using its charge attack. Anyway, you still save, take a little bit of damage. It is your turn now.
I'm gonna claw at it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I rolled a 17.
Definitely hits.
And then the damage for the bite is 1d4. I got a 6.
Okay, nice. Pretty solid
Oh.
hit.
Wait, a 1d4, my bad, I'm an idiot. That
I
sucks,
assumed
because
you,
that would
I
have been
assumed you
nice.
got a 4, and then it's supposed to be something.
A 2.
Only 2? Okay. No, it does a pretty solid hit on it, though.
Okay, cool.
Hex, how does your Iron Defender react?
So as this is happening, he kind of ridges his body and turns into a more formidable opponent instead of his typical raggedy self. And he is going to swing behind them in order to create some flanking.
Okay.
And he is just going to attempt to bite at the back of this boar's neck, or possibly even get a tusk and just rip it away from the fox.
Okay. So yeah, you will have advantage because you're flanking this now. It has Thea right in front of it, and then now your Iron Defender like right behind it.
Perfect. So it was either a natural 1 or a 17. So
Oh
thank
my
God for
gosh.
that.
Yeah, that
So
definitely hits.
17 hits. Perfect.
Mhm.
It will lay down a monstrous chump for 9 damage.
how do you want to do this?
So as it gets the cheap shot on the fox and I see the fox fighting it, it just lets out like a mechanical snarl and bites down really hard on this boar, so hard that it actually crushes the boar's tusk and impales it with its own tusk as it clamps
Ooh.
down and just rips it aside.
Brutal.
Just throws it probably a good 5 feet. It drags into the dust. And then
That's-
it will
That's awesome.
go prone and check to see if the fox is okay.
There's definitely a little bit of a tusk mark on this fox, but it's doing all right. What is your Iron Defender's name, by the way? You may have said it.
Omicron,
Um,
like the Greek letter Omicron, but it's
Oh, okay.
Ami for short.
Okay.
Ami, the best boy.
The best boy.
Mhm.
The best mechanical boy.
Mhm.
That's Omni's first kill, right? I don't remember. I don't think there was one last
Yes.
game. Because
Yeah.
you had gotten the other ones.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I marked that right. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys all kind of stir awake a little bit right as this
I
is
don't.
coming to a close. Say what?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Everybody but Parthenex stirs awake just a little bit as this is kind of like coming to a close. It was like a very quick rush in from this boar and getting a cheap shot off on the fox, and then a couple of quick kind of counterattacks from Omni and Thea. Just kind of put it down pretty easily. You guys had bacon for breakfast.
Nice.
Ham, bacon, some cutlets. Very tasty. Does
And
Thea
Thea,
still
if
have?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh no. I think that Thea still has the wand of healing.
Yes.
Yes. You should use that, or I can heal you if you like.
I'm just in fox form,
Use your tail.
Oh,
but sure. I mean, yeah.
Well, no, yeah, you really would be like fine because once you go back to your druid form,
yeah, I'm
full
at
HP still.
full HP, yeah. So I'm
Oh,
okay.
I forgot that. Okay, I forgot all about that.
I'll just like happily bounce around everybody.
Even being woken up a couple, like an hour maybe short of a full rest, you guys do gain the benefits of a full rest if you guys want to do that. Get your spell slots and HP back all up to full. The sun is still a little bit off. You guys could see the sky starting to lighten in the east, but no sign of the sun yet. There are just a couple of planets kind of shining off in the distance a little bit. As the sun comes up, you can see those bright morning stars on the horizon. The air is very crisp. The dew is just starting to kind of settle and rise up from the ground. You, Niken, surprisingly hear nothing from this hole. I imagine in the morning go by and check it again, and it doesn't seem like there's anything going on in there.
Activity. Okay. I'll
Okay,
walk back to camp then.
You suspect that if there were something down there, you probably would have encountered it throughout the night or heard
Yeah.
something about, this time of morning.
Is anybody else up?
Me,
Also me,
Yeah.
because I don't sleep.
the elves, we just are always up. That's
Yeah.
how we are.
Okay.
when Parthenex does get up, he peeks his head outside the tent and sees like this big rabbit, and then like kind of looks around to see if he sees any other animals that might be Thea, and then unsure, he whispers, "Thea." And I'm guessing if the rabbit doesn't respond, I was okay. No, it's just a rabbit. And then I'll sort of get up and put the cloak on.
There is just a small brownish gray fluffy bunny near you that is just chomping on a little bit of grass. As you whisper over to it, it just stops and its eye widens and you can tell it's looking directly at you. And then it just goes back to munching on me.
Okay. No, it's not her. Okay.
As you get up and start walking about camp, you see a larger, definitely not rodent, but larger, gray, more reddish-looking creature with very pointy ears, kind of just scurrying around, bouncing around the campsite.
That's the fox, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me.
Does Parthenax not know what foxes are?
I'm gonna jump out of the bush at him.
That's funny.
And roll initiative. No.
Kill the fox.
Not- I think I just let a scream that betrays my 7'6", 230-pound frame as this small fox takes me down. Ah!
It glomps on you excitedly, almost as if saying good morning. But just the way that it jumps at you, you take a defensive stance and kind of go with it.
Yeah. What is this?
But he really doesn't know what foxes are?
I don't think we get much foxes up in the Sword Mountains. Like, I've seen a wolf. I've seen a
So-
cat.
Okay.
This is kind of like a wolf cat.
Wolf cat.
And
Yeah.
Stella is just doubled up in laughter. She cannot even right now seeing Parthenax freak out over Thea jumping on him.
So
She, like-
at this point, I will say, before this, I didn't get out much.
That's fair. I read books though, so
Well, yeah, I read books about other things.
not foxes.
That's all I ever was out.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Stella's gonna compose herself a little bit and no, she's not. She keeps laughing at you. Hysterically.
I kind of want to prance over to Sella and just sit next to her, as
I'm
if I'm
okay
laughing
that.
with her, looking at Parthenax.
Mhm.
You guys are ridiculous.
It's all new. It's all new experience for me.
So, actually, I want to take a quick moment with you guys. Since Parthenax, you mentioned your home, I wanted to show you guys a kind of continental map. So this is the land of Terra, the continent that all of you guys live on. It is largely undiscovered, far out to the the right side of the map. Very vast deserts and high mountains and dangerous creatures mostly keep too much of the adventuring and discovering going off on that side of the map. Most of civilization has started on the coast, the Sword Coast. As you guys can see, Neverwinter, where you starting at the top, there's the spine of the world. That is where Icewind Dale takes place. Neverwinter is just below that, and then you've got Fendalen, where you guys are at. More to the south is Waterdeep, and then along the coast there are the Sword Mountains that Parthenax just mentioned. Sword Mountains of Atresia, I decided to name them. And then down from there is Toril. Then at the very bottom you have the Dangerlands, and these are just vast deserts that are full of various different kinds of creatures that very seldom do anybody venture into with the intent of coming back. Usually you're going out there to kind of end in a blaze of glory or go
bury a
discover
body.
new, or yeah, to kind of get rid of some stuff. And then along the right side, moving back up, we have the Orklands. Kind of self-explanatory there. That's where most orcs have sheltered themselves away to.
Orkland.
Orkland, yeah. Up from there a little bit is Isla Theanimes. That is Sella, where your home is located.
Ah.
It is basically like an island of elves, more or less. Yes, it is landlocked in the middle of, all of these
It's a
forests and stuff.
forest.
It's
Okay.
like a forest island, but the way that it's just been secluded, and there's not really a whole lot that goes in and out of there. Up from there, you have the Serpent Hills, and then the Great Peak Mountains. Iru, that is the general vicinity that you are familiar with. Specifically,
Right.
you are from the Forest of Finding, which is just outside of the Lost Woods. The Lost Woods, Niken and Thea, you guys should be pretty familiar with. The Forest of Finding, all of you guys are familiar with, is a very well-known piece of Terra, where a lot of like the stories and myths and lore kind of come from. A lot of things that anything that does come out of the Lost Woods comes out in the Forest of Finding. It's not always people. Sometimes it's creatures. Sometimes it's spirits and things that have just been far lost to time. And then, let's see here, on the far left side, we have the Blight Isles. This is where Hexgrim, you are from. All of you kind of had a guess that this is where he was from when he was mentioning a war, and upon seeing a gnome of his exact variety, you guys know that that's kind of where gnomes are from for the most part. This is where they have made most of their civilizations. So this is just kind of knowledge that all of you guys would have to one extent or another. You guys have seen maps, posted places. So this is kind of just the general geography of how everything is kind of laid out in this world.
The Lost Woods is bigger than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it's
It's
huge.
huge.
It
It's
is huge. Yeah, it is very, very, very large. And in the center of it is a mountain that kind of stands up above everything else. Like you can see this mountain from most places on the Sword Coast. Like you'd have to be way down in Toril to not be able to see it, or all the way up in Icewind Dale, the spine of the world. But it is an incredibly tall mountain that nobody has summited, and if they have, they haven't come back to tell the tale of it. Yeah,
That
if you
sounds
guys have
like a
any.
challenge.
Exactly.
That was my first thought. I was like,
Ah, nice.
side quest.
Yeah.
We have 2 scouts that can get us through the Lost Woods.
Yeah.
Definitely into it. Out of it is another question.
Maybe by
Okay.
then I can turn into a dragon.
At like
or a
level
giant eagle.
12 or
Yeah.
14 or something like that, you are able to.
All right, guys, we'll wait until we're that level, and then I'll just fly us
Well,
up there.
Yeah, and then I'll have wings, so I can fly with you.
That'd
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
cool.
that's right.
exactly.
Dragonborn do get
Badass.
wings after a while. Or do they? I know
No,
tieflings definitely do.
sorcerers do. And I'm
Sorcerers,
Dragonborn-
because of that
Dragonborn
draconic. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. You know what's really crazy? Tiefling get wings too. So if like you're a tiefling sorcerer with a draconic bloodline, it's like you get 2 sets of wings or
Do
something.
you get like the 6th set of wings?
That'd be cool.
So like,
You become a freaking Nephilim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
there's
that's what I
there's
was
a
gonna-
thing for
yeah.
that.
That's terrifying.
That's a little bit terrifying, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you ascend.
Get you guys back over to Fendalen. So yeah, just a quick little geography lesson for you guys, since you did mention a specific place there.
Okay, now that we're all sort of together, do we want to go rumble with the red brands, or should we go to the well where the undead are to try and gain rapport with the townsfolk?
Where are the
We're
red
on a
brands at
roll.
currently?
They are on the opposite side of town from you guys. You guys know that the Transcender Manor, way over here on the right, and the Sleeping Giant are where they are most seen, where they usually
I feel like they're not going to move around a whole lot, so I think we could go to the well.
I agree.
All right.
We're also
I'm
kind of
good
on a
for the
roll
well.
with-
How far is it?
it's about a 2 days hike.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We
It
have
is a little bit out of town.
fundage.
We're gonna
Keen
have these
fundage.
guys chasing us down the whole time while we're trying to do this, or do you
That's a
think
good
they'll leave
point.
us alone?
No, I don't think they'll leave us alone. They came in while we were just at the bar.
All right, well then I'm down for any opportunity to start swinging my axe. That's what I'm. That's all I want. That's it.
Could I get an insight check, Eru?
Insight. Okay, here we go.
Right back.
All right, no worries.
6.
We could plan like a time of day to sneak up on them, or like later at night when they're all like belligerently drunk or something.
You hope in the deepest parts of your half-orc heart that these guys just want to tussle. You're just hoping for a fight with them. Like you're very much in that bring it on sort of
Let's
mode.
have a Donnybrook.
I'm not
Out
sure
of
what that is.
scrap.
What is that?
What's a
It's a
Donnybrook?
fist. It's a fist fight. It's a whole.
Oh.
It's a whole gaggle of folks. Like if you got a problem in your town, you settle it with a fist fight.
Oh, okay. That's like an old Irish thing where like they had
Yeah,
a
no, like,
holiday where
you're-
everybody would
yeah,
just
you're
kick
gonna-
each other's ass and then be
Yeah, you're
friends
gonna grab
after.
all your buddies together. We're gonna head down to the pub. We're gonna have a Donnybrook, and then by the time once the dust is settled, we're all gonna get fucking hammered.
Sounds like a mosh pit.
That's
Wouldn't
Sounds fun.
yes. Minus, it is effectively a mosh pit minus the metal music in the background.
just lots of
Or
fists.
whatever.
It's just the pokes.
It's
It's
evolved.
pretty much yeah.
Okay. I think
Foxthea goes and jumps up around him, excited.
I did make an insight check earlier on the same thing to see if the Red Brands would be like after us,
Mhm.
and I rolled pretty high and determined that they were not going to bother us for a while.
That guy has
think-
definitely been dissuaded. Most certainly.
That guy.
That
All right,
that guy
that
you guys
one
sent back
guy.
naked. It's
Oh yeah, I was
definitely
gonna say the
dis-
guy that we stripped. Yeah.
He's definitely been dissuaded. The rest of them,
So in this case, does that give us like a time stamp? Like how much time do we have before we know that the word's gotten back to somebody important and they're pissed?
probably already. You guys would assume it didn't take more than overnight for that guy to get back to the Transcender and kind of spread your legacy, as it were.
Giant
I'm
spider.
worried about. Yeah. I mean, I do want to go to the well, but I am worried about the townsfolk having to deal with
Yeah.
the repercussions.
By themselves. Yep.
True. Very true.
Yeah,
Let's kill some Red Brand.
Let's go in the
Or at
hole.
least talk to somebody.
Do it.
We haven't even met the mayor yet, have we?
Well,
The lidar has.
Lidar has.
Does this
And he
town?
reminds you guys that the town does want the Red Brand gone. It's one of his personal goals too, with the establishment of Fendalen being part of his work. Partially, he would like to see the whole town as a nice, safe place for people to come move to, and then establish it as an up and coming town.
Who's that? The mayor or Slather?
Slidar is the one who would
Okay.
really want them gone. The mayor is more interested in making money, and he doesn't have any forces to deal with these Red Brand with. Pretty much, they have the town master under their thumb. The Red Brands have town master under their thumb.
well, and they're
Oh,
feeding
my.
villagers to an eyeball monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think?
You mentioned that, and Sella just like goes, "Okay, let's go kill some Red Brands."
Okay, hold
Now I
on.
Foxthea
remember
is
my
just
rage.
jumping around
Hold
now.
on. Now, it was mentioned that going to this well, we could gain enough power. Maybe it's the power of friendship. I don't know. Hopefully, it's something tangible to come back and deal with these Red Brands. Maybe we leave our Goliath friend Nacho and the human Slidar here as something, so that the town isn't bullied while we go do this.
Could
Now,
we leave the owlbear?
No.
It's
Okay.
gone.
Owlbear
It
needs
should be
two.
gone.
No.
Yeah, Owlbear needs 2 days before it can be used again.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, okay, to be a slightly meta, because if we were going off of XP, you guys would be able to look at your sheet and go, I need this much XP before I can level up. You guys have got 2 side quests you got to do before you're going to be level 5, to put it that way. And there are lots in this
And we should
town
be
to
level
do.
5 before we take the Red Brands.
I think that's what he's hinting on, yeah.
That's okay.
To the well.
So it's supposed to be a 2 days hike. We've got a significant amount of team funds. Could we potentially purchase a cart or something to make that journey a day?
Can we just ask Slider to borrow one of his?
Some
Yes,
horses.
even better.
Or
Slider looks a little bit embarrassed. My horse died. If you all remember,
Rip.
back there, it had gotten shot by goblins, unfortunately. I may be able
that's
to
right.
procure something
Hey,
though
Thea,
from.
you want to pull a cart?
I was going to say the same thing.
Do
Theo,
I
can you
want to
pull a
pull a cart?
Hold on. We might need her as a giant spider, and having her as an ox, although it was badass that one time, might detract from her lethalness later.
Uh,
That
Reality.
is fair.
Slider tells you all that Barthen's provisions may be able to strike a deal. You guys did manage to bring the supplies back for them, and they got more back than what they could have hoped for because you guys did bring them plenty of stuff from Clark's little stash of some of the, or that was the Lion Shield. They got their supplies and they're happy. They would be more than willing to help you out. Slider thinks that they should have a cart, if not the one you guys brought to them. There was also the one oxen that you guys had brought back that may be good enough. There could be another around. He's unsure, but he thinks that would be the place to stock up.
Okay. That sounds as
You-
good a plan as any.
He mentions the Lion Shield and then kind of like backtracks a little bit. And you all are plenty fortified for that. I think it is mostly supplies that we need.
Right. DM question: how are we on food?
You guys should have rations still. I think each of you have rations. If you would like to pick up
I
some
can
extra
also
food or anything.
cook that boar.
You guys do have a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
boar right now in front of you still. That
We'll pick
Could-
up some salt, cure it,
How
or
much-
bacon, salt.
Well, I
ham.
mean, how much do we have left after the half orc got to it?
I was gonna say I already took 3 of the legs.
3 of the legs.
3 of the legs. I think maybe we should just save that for dinner. We might have enough.
That might be Iru's dinner. We might need to pick up something else.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, I still have them. I'm not a savage. I just salted them and rubbed them to put them in my pack for later. Like, I still cook my food.
I never assumed any different. We were eating bacon off a fire. Jeez.
I cooked my food, but fire, so it doesn't
No one
matter.
asked you, Parthenex. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. For some reason, flame loogies just
Stella
popped
gets
up in my
salty
head.
sometimes.
Stella does get salty sometimes. I apologize for that.
Anyway, to the store.
Stores are good.
So you guys head over to the very familiar Barthen's Provisions. It's still early in the morning, but you can tell the shopkeep has unlocked the door and is just quietly cleaning a couple of things behind the counter. All of you guys want to walk in, or you just send in a couple?
I'll wait outside.
I'm going inside. Stella, do you want to come inside? You're the best persuader besides me.
I don't think we need a whole lot of persuasion. You have the money.
It's me.
Oh, but you might forget something, so I do go with him.
Okay,
I'll stay
so,
outside and kind of walk around the shop and take in the town a little bit.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys head in. There's a familiar Barthen is behind the counter. He greets you guys very warmly. Happy to see returning customers. How may I help you all today? Thank you for coming back. I greatly appreciate the supplies that you all delivered. Too bad
Need
about
a
that
cart?
rock seeker.
And I need some oxen to pull it. What can we do?
That seems like a simple enough request. Are you looking to purchase these supplies, or are you merely needing to borrow them for a couple of days?
Ideally, we just need to borrow them for a couple of days. Maybe we talk about purchase in the future. Maybe we take it out for a couple of days test drive, and if we like it, we'll discuss purchase later.
The guy kind of looks like he smelled a fart as you're talking about the like test drive thing. He's like, "What? What?"
Of sorts. We just really need it for a few days. I'd be willing to pay for it.
Indeed, these seem like agreeable terms. I think a deposit may be in order.
Indeed.
Say 50 gold pieces on return of the cart and the oxen, and to rent them, I should say maybe 10 gold pieces a day.
Throw in free food for the oxen, and I think you have a deal.
Oh, the food is already there. That's part of the deal. I shouldn't expect you to feed my creatures.
Okay.
Did you throw in some salt pork for my half orc?
Oh,
That
I was gonna say,
wine.
I've only
Did you
got-
say
I've
that
only got 1
again for
day's-
me? That rhymed.
Please, sir, could I get some salt pork to feed my half orc?
Yes, that was quite lovely. I enjoyed that quite a bit. One bag of salt, 5 copper pieces.
Oh my god.
And he has
How
like this
many-
whole 1 pound bag of like pickling salt. He just drops on.
There's 6 of us total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask him for 5 days rations for 8 people.
Dang.
I believe that would be most of my supplies, but yes, yeah, 20 silver pieces for that lot.
Okay, awesome.
Worth it.
Thank you so much. I know it's a big order, but
Oh no, indeed, this is business. I have barely just opened up, and I'm so happy. Yes,
I'll toss him an extra 5 for being so accommodating.
extra 5 what?
Silver
Okay.
for the rations.
Dang.
It's my money, of my money.
Okay. So that's you tipped, but so I owe this man 5 copper
For the salt.
for the salt pork, 20 silver for rations, and there was a 35 gold deposit.
100 gold deposit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so much.
Hold up. And then he said it was 10 a day.
Out of curiosity, how much would it be to buy the beasts and the carriage outright?
Yeah, how much for the whole sheboygle?
It's like, that's a pricey rental.
Yeah.
If you were looking to purchase, it would cost me about 150 gold pieces, but I would be out a cart and a bull for some time. This would not be preferable at the moment.
Hmm.
You must understand that the deposit is so high so that I can get another cart if need be. I intend to give you this gold
Is there
back
somewhere I
once I
can
get my
buy a
cart.
cart around here for 100 gold pieces?
Well, it's reimbursed too at the end of
Like widens his hands
provided.
out. Welcome to Bothans.
Yeah, it's refundable, right?
Yes, indeed. This is just a deposit. I don't intend to spend it unless I don't get my cart for several days.
But the cart has to come back in
In
good
one-
condition.
Yeah.
In
I'm gonna-
working condition, it is a fair cart. It
I've
has
got
had its-
mending. I'm not worried about that. I can fix some things.
Okay. Can
and
you
I-
fix
What?
oxen? Well, I guess I can fix oxen if I need to.
Yeah, yes, you could.
Okay.
I'm glad there's folks good at fixing because I'm only about good at breaking.
Can I break it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Bob the Builder. Oops. Okay.
It works.
It works. Okay.
It worked.
So Parthenax, you want to take the deal?
Could I try and persuade him for a lower deposit? And I will explain my reasoning to sell it here in Draconic.
Mhm.
What if this
Can
guy
I-
gets mugged by some red brands while we're gone, and that's our 100 gold piece is gone that we have to try and find, provided they don't spend it somewhere else.
Can I just stand uncomfortably nearby? Just kind of right behind him. Just standing.
Are you? Oh, okay.
I'm not
Wait, does
particularly.
he-
I'm not doing anything. I'm aware that I'm not the smooth talking guy.
But
But I'm
does he
aware that if I
understand
stand right
Draconic?
next to,
You're just hoping your
Who's
half-orcish
talking guy?
present like kind of creates this wall of,
Yeah.
of customer in
Yeah.
front of him. So you guys are standing there haggling. He's kind of telling you about his situation and stuff, and you guys hear the bell ding behind you, and your orc companion walks in and just kind of like slowly, unnecessarily slowly, kind of like lumbers up to you, Parthenax, and just stands like right behind you, not like directly, but like kind of off to the side
Where you
behind
can
you.
hear his breathing.
To where you can hear his breathing. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say next. You just hear like the schlump, schlump, schlump of footsteps coming up behind you, and then just the.
I'm thoroughly confused, but I'm just gonna come back. You know what? I'll just put down the 100, okay? Don't take it out of team funds. I'll just do it. So I'll take that 100 gold pieces for the deposit out of my own inventory,
Damn.
just
Well,
so that it's done. Oh, 100
I was
gold would be
hoping
the
my
equivalent of
orcish
10
presence
platinum.
would convince the shop owner to lower the price.
With your heavy
No.
breathing, just
Yeah. Yeah.
intimidating
Well,
just by
I
being
don't.
present.
Just the deposit. I understand we're going to get it back. I'm just worried about this 100 gold.
Getting taken.
Yeah, but if it's my gold, then I'm not worried
I
about
feel
it.
like if we get jumped by some bandits, we're gonna kill them.
Yes, but I still think, yeah. So I will get my money back.
Okay.
Plus some.
And if you wanted to
we
give
kill
him
them.
10 platinum, that's fine too.
Okay, yeah, I'll just give him my 10 platinum. 'Cause I have
As you're going through the bag and you pull out just like a couple of pieces, and kind of like go to put it on the counter, he squints his eyes a little bit, like, what? I said 100 gold, and then you put the platinum down, and he just like takes a couple of steps back for a second, like, counts it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, this is quite agreeable. Thank you so much. And he takes it and like puts it in a little deposit bag that he's got. Doesn't
Yeah.
stick it in the drawer. It's a little deposit bag and then puts it behind the counter.
Domino.
That's
Like
easier to
before
hide
she
too.
takes this back.
So Parthenax pulls out his like treasury bag and then opens the bag within the bag and pulls out the 20 silver and 5 copper. And as he's about to hand it over, it's like Frodo when he's got the ring in his hand and he's all like, whoa. Like the
I very
thought of-
gently elbow you in the side.
and that snaps him out of it and he just sets it down.
Okay.
And then he picks them up and is kind of counting them through in his hand. Yes, it all seems to be here. Very good. Now just for that, the 30 for the day, or 3 days, 4 days. How long do you actually need these
We'll
costs?
pay that when we come back because it might be longer than intended. That's
Yeah,
what we're
I'm
worried.
going to tell him where we're going and implicate the danger. We don't know how long we'll be gone.
You say you're going to the Owl Well.
Hmm.
Those undead have been a bother for so long now.
And they won't be in about 4 days.
Yeah, we're hoping to just take care of the problem.
I see. Yes, please pay me when you come back. That would be most wonderful.
Thank you.
I find this
Thank
to be
you.
quite enjoyable. I had no idea anyone would take on that threat so soon. Thank you so much.
We figure your little town has enough to deal with, so. And we've got some time to kill.
Meet me around back in just a few moments. I shall have the beast in the cart ready for you.
I'd take a piece of the salt pork, which I just purchased, and stick it into Ear's mouth, which is very close to my ear hole.
I just kind of stare, like,
I'm thoroughly
That's-
content. I'm just gonna meander back outside.
I'm very okay. That was interesting.
When you
I-
open up this bag of salt, you do kind of expect smaller crystals, but it is
Salt
a
pork.
variety of chunks of salt. Like
Oh,
it's come straight from a salt mine. There are just huge like square crystals of this salt kind of hanging out in there, and then there are like a bunch of smaller ones and stuff. And you grab a pretty sizable chunk, like the size of a gold dollar or something like that, and just shove it back. And Eru, there's a sharp, crystally thing that kind of just
I said
sets
salt
itself in your mouth.
pork.
Salt.
There's been a mi-
Pork salt.
salted
So it's-
pork.
Salted pork.
I thought it was
Pork.
salt to salt your pork.
No.
No, he
salt
bought more
pork
salt pork.
for my half orc. Salt
Yeah.
pork.
Salt pork for the half pork.
Salted
It even
pork.
rhymed.
Yeah, well, I was putting a couple of things together here. I was just like, okay, it's gonna be salted pork later. I thought we were making it
Basically,
easy
have
here.
a Slim Jim right now.
No,
It is-
Parthenax just shoved a rock of salt in this guy's mouth,
and
and
that's
he's
what I-
happy about
And
it.
you know what? That happened too because I guess we bought some salt as well for curing. But I purchased salt pork.
That's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's in the.
Happen to have something handy to
Yeah.
represent
Oh,
what just
wow.
happened.
What just happened?
It's in Eru's mouth right now. Then
That's great.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hex, you had something.
Before we go, can I show him these plates and the half plates and shoulders. I'm just trying to get a pricing, what he thinks, so I can get a rough pricing.
Oh, it's our
Okay.
appraisal gnome.
Our appraisal gnome. Okay.
Say, fella, have you ever seen a piece like this? And I'll throw the half. I'll kind of like struggle to get up, and I'm holding myself very like muscular, looking like I'm standing, but really my little legs are just twiddling. But I'm holding myself up, and I have the half plate down. Have you seen anything quite like this around here? Anything through your shop?
I'm afraid I don't see much armor around here. That is more the Lion Shield's business, but this is a very peculiar piece of armor. Where did you come across this? And he's looking at you, kind of expecting like some kind of story-like answer, like, oh, off at the far hills and all. Like,
I'll kind of gaze into the distance, remembering my war. And then I'll kind of snap back. Oh, we got it from the blokes that we just killed.
oh, do you speak of the Red Brand? Is this the armor that they wear?
Yes.
It is, it is. And I've seen stuff like it, but never quite like this. You said the Lion Shield might have a better idea?
Indeed, they deal more with the weapons and armor sort of deal.
Well, all right. I appreciate it, and I'll grab it and just slink back down into inexistence from the tabletop.
This guy is very confused. Like he was quite content with all the money that he had just made so early in the morning, and after this little interaction, he just shakes his head and just goes back to counting the money.
So I would like to visit the Lion Shield before we exit town.
Okay. Do any of you guys want to join him, or is it kind of just going to be a little? Because you guys are
I
like
wanna-
basically in the center of town.
I'll go with them since I
I'll go
have
with Hex too.
all of the Red Brand armor in my bag of holding.
Bag.
I stripped all of them before we burned them. That didn't sound chaotic evil at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Hey, they were rude.
They were.
They
rude.
were, and they have no concept of the sanctity of life. They're feeding people to an eyeball monster.
So she can do what she wants to their bodies.
Chaotic good then.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Feels
How
like that
quiet
line's
you being
pretty
about
blurry
this in the
anyway.
center of
Don't-
town.
Don't talk about the
Oh
eyeball.
no. I mean, 11. I've rolled a 15.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Can I muffle her words with my fluffy foxtail? Just like,
Just shove it in my face. Stop chewing on that.
You guys do notice that there are a couple of people. It looks like a father, mother, and their kid were coming from the town master's hall, walking across the town green, and they all turn and look at you with very weird looks, and they all stop. The mother and father especially stop and almost like they're about to ask you something, but they just keep walking off with a little bit more of a hurried pace.
Did I notice them stop?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they heard you. They were totally.
Then I very loudly say, "But that would never happen in Fendalen." Ha 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 ha.
Make a deception check.
Oh.
that's a first.
Hey, I mean, it's the bard. She probably has a high deception.
Yeah.
17.
Nice.
They don't react. They just kind of they keep walking.
Okay.
We're like, we don't talk to bards. Just go on.
Kind of hard to tell I'm a bard, actually. I don't carry an instrument.
Fair enough. But you have a fancy bag.
You look bardly.
I'd look
You
bardly.
do look like a bard. You are the most flashiest dressed, especially
Nice.
especially standing
That's
next to Niken, who's like kind of effectively wearing Fanta black. Like,
Shadow assassin.
yeah, he was wearing the blackest black clothes.
And if I was standing there, like,
Yeah, and then there's
Okay,
this like
yeah.
brightly colored wood elf that's got like war paint.
Okay, yeah, I definitely stand out. My fancy clothes and my crazy hair.
So I guess we'll just all walk over to Lion's Head, while they're preparing the cart for us.
Okay. I was gonna say if some of you wanted to meet behind the wow, it's not called the Stonehill, behind Barthen's to pick up the cart, Hex and Sella could go over to the Lion Shield.
Who is the highest animal handling in our group?
Probably me.
Yeah, probably.
Would
I
Thea
got plus
be
two.
okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not have the highest, but
Is it me? Is it me?
you put some points in that, bro.
Yeah.
I guess I'll very politely ask both Niken and Thea to go and get
Yeah.
the cart ready. Elves.
Elves.
good.
Yeah.
Elves. Yeah, since you're a bard seller, you're half proficient and everything too. Okay, anyway, so a couple of you guys round the corner out to the back of Barthen's Provisions, and there's a very large barn door that is just sliding open as you guys round the corner. And there is Barthen with an ox. Crap, I don't know what that thing is called. Like a lead, basically in hand to this ox, and it's pulling it out. Got the cart already attached to it, and it seems like there's some familiar supplies that are just stock for that cart. There's a couple of bed rolls. There's some nicer tents than what you guys have got. You guys have got like some pocket tents, for lack of a better term. They would fit in your
Pocket
bedroll.
tents.
These are a little bit larger, meant to suit all of you in one, a little bit more insulated.
Slumber party.
There are bags of feed for the oxen, ready for at least a week, it looks like. And he pulls it out. This should be sufficient. Do you need anything else before you leave? Usually these carts take 2 oxen, but right now I only have the one.
That sounds like something I'm going to be dealing with later.
And he looks very confused at you.
I'm still a fox. That was just me thinking out loud.
Okay, totally. Okay. And then the rest of you guys head over to the Lion Shield. You can see the familiar blue shield with the figure of a lion's head on it, emblazoned in blue. It seems like the doors also were recently unlocked. You guys walk in.
Is he still putting away those supplies that we brought back? Because it was just a massive pile on the floor.
It looks like he's made a dent. It looks like there's just a couple of things that kind of have been displayed out, but a little awkwardly. They are not quite in their proper place yet. But it doesn't look quite like a mess. And as Hex and Sella walk in, he sees you, Hex, and is very, very cheerful. Customers. And then sees Sella and gets a little bit discouraged. A little bit, oh no. I imagine it's actually the feeling that I get when I worked at Entertainmart, whenever people would bring in a fuck ton of DVDs that I would have to spend an hour and a half buying. It's kind of that feeling when you see that customer of like, there's going to be things to do all day. But he greets you, good day. It is good to see you all again. What may I do for you?
Hail, friend. Well, I had a question, and I totally forgot that I actually didn't have a half plate. I forgot we put it in the bag of holding, so thank you for correcting me.
I think you
it's
did.
okay.
No, you did hang
I
on to
thought
some.
I held
You-
on to a half plate.
You did hang on to at least one to tinker with, that's for sure. So no,
Okay.
you definitely had at least one, even if you didn't mark it.
Cool. So I will kind of show him the half plate. I'll be like, mainly I'm just looking to get your feedback on it. Have you seen it before? Do you know what it might be worth?
He has a very bewildered look on his face, as it is just kind of a regular piece of armor from the looks of it, until you hand it over to him and he starts looking it over, kind of turning it, testing the metal, bending it. This is a very strange piece of armor. The metal, I cannot say for certain what it's made of. If you were looking to sell this, I could buy it from you for 2,500 gold pieces. It is quite a formidable piece of armor, honestly. Yeah, I think this would give you a +1 to your AC.
Wow.
Ah.
What a dandy piece of armor. And I'll
It is-
just
It is a
kinda
very
hover closer.
specific size and shape, though. It seems that this has been refitted for a specific person. I don't think that it would suit someone of your stature. And then leans over to look at Sella. You either, unfortunately. I think these are quite custom made. You would possibly have to have it reshaped for your fit if it were to give you the appropriate bonus.
Well, I appreciate it. I wouldn't mind holding on to it, but I just wanted to get some know-how or sorts, as it were. So thank you, and I'll take it back.
So
Oh,
that single
indeed.
piece of armor was 2,500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I can tinker with it too.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it is-
goodness.
It is a +1 piece of plate mail.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Is that your out of
Yes,
character?
that's my meta thing. When
So
something is
just a really quick snippet. We used to flip each other off, and we got a new player, and I forgot that he didn't know. So I was just like, "Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking." And he was just like totally lost, and was like, "Why are you flipping me off?" So I thought that was funny.
that's awesome. Yeah, it's the half moose on a loose for me when it's like
Half moose on a loose.
yeah, because you know moose on a loose.
Yeah.
We got nose goes and then moose on a loose, so it's like the half moose on a loose. Where yeah, it's like yeah, this is what it actually is for your stats, but
In
the
past,
shopkeeper
we've al-
certainly didn't
I've
say
always
that.
just gone like this, like out of character.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I've always done. Is this.
Okay,
I like the half
Interesting.
moose.
I love
This
that there's
is-
so
I'm
many.
gonna start doing this now.
There
this
it
is an entirely new mechanic that I did not know people actually would like use. I thought that was just something dumb that my group first came up with a long
Yeah,
time
we did
ago.
the
and
out
then-
of character thing. We'd be like, oh yeah, by the way, out of character.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can use either. Now we know, random middle finger or cross fingers or half moose on a loose. Like it probably means
Out of character.
yeah.
Half moose on a loose, out of character. Full moose on the loose, emergency.
Emergency.
Not sure how
Danger.
many.
Danger.
Danger, Team Parthenax. Danger.
My moose senses are tingling.
Okay, but hearing that each one of those is 2,500 gold pieces, and we have
A lot.
A lot.
6 to
We
7
have-
of those.
I think we have 8 sets
8.
actually.
Yeah, we have
8 total.
8 whole sets.
If
Right.
this was like the cartoon version, Parthenax's eyes would just be like dollar signs and just pop out and just stay there.
I don't think we can sell them here. I don't think they have the capital put up for that.
That is a
We'd have
very,
to go
very
to-
good presumption. He would start trading stuff you brought back.
Yeah. We should wait till
How
we get
about
to
some
a
of
bigger
this metal that you brought me? I have more than I need. Take some of that back.
city. Yeah. I think we definitely gotta wait on those ones.
Hey, what's that town that had all those awesome like magical
Back.
stuff? Like the ring, and then those some magic boots or whatever. Do you
That's
remember?
right.
Yeah, they had money and they had some good stuff.
They
So, yeah,
did,
you
and
guys
we
would-
told
you
them
guys
to
would
keep
know.
that ring.
You
Yeah.
guys would know that Neverwinter would be one of
There
the
you go.
bigger towns. That is where you guys
Yeah.
started this adventure.
So we should save the stuff so we can go over there and get money or anything else.
Yeah. Or maybe even have it refitted to some of our party members who can actually wear plate and stuff.
That's kind of what I'm thinking,
Present.
because
Yeah.
yeah, and I can tinker with it too, which will make it a badass piece of armor.
Mhm.
I
'Cause
don't know the full limits on the tinkering thing, but I think you would be able to make like a okay, so like if you're able to make armor into weapons kind of thing, you'd be able to make like a +1 sword, or like if you wanted I don't know, if you wanted 2 half plates.
Yeah,
One
so
full plate.
essentially, like, I don't know, it has a lot of uses, but I think with the armor, I can give it a +1, so I don't know if I would be able to do it to an already +1. I'll have to look into it, but
Okay, yeah, I'll have to research that one a little bit too. But I wanted to give you a little bit of medium to do some stuff with. So
and that was exactly what I wanted from that interaction, so perfect.
sweet. Okay.
Boy,
Anything else you guys want to do with the lion shield?
I'm gonna apologize to the guy. He seems so apprehensive around me, and I know it's still a mess in here, so I'm like, you have your stuff, but I'm really sorry it's a mess. That's not my intention.
Go ahead and do a performance check.
But I'm not performing.
A persuasion or deception, and I don't want to make it a straight charisma. So, being a bard, I imagine your apologies are kind of a show. So you probably are performing even a little bit.
12.
Well, he's kind of a little disgruntled and like takes fists on his hips and takes a deep breath, then kind of looks around at the shop, realizes that it's pretty fully stocked, and I appreciate it. Your business is very appreciated. Would you be buying anything today by chance, or just an appraisal?
Oh, actually, they roast those rapiers in the back of the shop that the other dude was looking at. I want to look at the rapiers too.
Ah,
See if they're better than mine.
not stat wise, but there are some very, very nicely made rapiers. There's gold inlay in them. There are many different designs. One has a red jewel in the hilt. One of them has a golden handguard. The others are just plain silver.
Say, friend, do you have a light hammer? Do you have a small throwing hammer I could wrangle me some bad guys with?
Indeed, yes, I have plenty of hammers. They're almost a dime a dozen, as it were. A copper piece a dozen. Not really, but I have plenty of them.
I look very interestedly at Hex. You throw hammers?
Oh yeah, I throw hammers all the time. I've got quite the arm on me.
I've never heard of throwing hammers.
As you guys are having this exchange, he's kind of fiddling around with some boxes behind the counter and just like pulls out this big old crate and then sets it up on the wooden countertop. And there's just like a bunch of small, good hand-sized hammers in here. Probably about like 30 or 40 of them. Nah, 10 or 15.
Okay. Yeah, I throw them all the time. It's Ami's favorite fetch toy. We lost the other one, stuck right in the backside of a small, weird creature that was running through the forest back in my hometown. Don't know what it was. Got away with my hammer, so I need a new one.
Zella is completely enraptured by him talking about throwing hammers. It's just like the most novel thing to her, because why would you throw a tool as a weapon? It's like,
These all are our overstock of throwing hammers. I have 5 gold a piece. However many you'd have, I believe I should have about 10 or so in there.
I'll kind of look up and rummage through them a bit, and then I'll snap my fingers twice, and a little hammer for the bigger hammers will come out, and I kind of tap on them as I'm looking at them.
As you're going through, you do notice like different tones and pitches between the metals. Some of them have been hardened more quickly than others, until you get one that feels very, very solid. Like it doesn't resonate very much when you tap it. It's very like it's just dead.
Perfect. I'll pick that one up and hold it high, but for high, it's like waist height. And I'll exclaim, "This is my hammer. I'll buy this one right here. How much was it?"
5 gold piece.
5 gold.
I don't know if I
Perfect.
ever. Did you get money? Did you start with money? I don't think I gave you a starting wallet.
I didn't.
Let me
I
do that.
confront him. I can pay for it.
You are at Barthen's.
I'm with him though. I'll do it. I'm so fascinated by the fact he throws hammers that I'm just going to be like, here.
And I'll reach down to grab my gold. And, oh, dang it! I think it's on Ami. I think my gold's on. You wouldn't mind? You wouldn't mind letting me have my throwing hammer?
Not at
Thank
all.
you so much. I'm gonna name it Kazi. And he'll just weirdly put it in his tinkering armor, and it just kind of like absorbs into all the gears and stuff.
Cool.
I am going to very tentatively ask, like, can I play with Ami sometime?
Of course, yeah. Ami loves Fetch. He's one of the best hide and seek dogs I've ever built. It's like he doesn't even grasp the concept there's actual dogs. Mechanical
okay.
dogs are just.
Like how Parthenax doesn't really know what a fox is.
Yeah,
Stella
like
has read about dogs.
those wolf cats.
Wolf cats. Stella has read about all kinds of animals, mystical and non, but she hasn't seen a whole lot, and dogs are one of them. And Ami is like the coolest dog ever. So
The best boy.
the
Ami would
best
love it.
mechanical boy.
Yeah, Ami's a big fan of playing, and I don't get to play enough with him. I feel bad. So anytime you want.
Sully, you're thinking back to the watch that you had with Ami, where you both were almost just professional with it, just kind of sitting doing your jobs, but the whole time you were thinking about just like, oh,
Pet.
Because the only other dog I think I've seen up till now is Thea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't
Thea was a
pet
mastiff
Thea.
once.
Yeah, it was a mastiff. Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
So,
So you
I
guys-
am good.
a question about the cart. When we dropped this off, it was like that scene in Pulp Fiction where Marvin gets his head blown off, because that's what happened to the last gnome.
He wasn't in the cart, thankfully.
Oh, okay, cool.
He was outside. Yeah.
He was outside of the cart, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I did think about that actually a little bit. I didn't want that scene to happen, as a matter of fact, so yeah.
Yeah, he was just a crater, like on the road.
Jesus.
It did look a little bit like a meteor crater because there was a big just pile of hot metal kind
What
of
the
in the
hell
middle of
happened?
this large thing.
Blew up.
Fermenting experiment gone wrong, as far as I thought.
As a matter of fact, Thea, you did get a story from the other oxen as you guys were traveling back to Findalen.
I was
You and
chatting with the other
oxen
oxen.
You
were talking
Yeah.
about what
You were.
happened, and you indeed did get a story. Do you want me to tell you all of you as a group, or do you want me to send it to you and you can tell them?
You can tell it all as a group. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, essentially, what this other oxen told you was that they were patiently waiting. The gnome was making strange noises up on the cart when a panther came out of the bushes towards the oxen. The gnome threw his body at them,
Oh my god.
at the panther,
Oh my god.
but that didn't scare it off enough. So he tried to distract, so the ox didn't get eaten. And then when he went to use the alchemist fire, it had exploded on himself,
Oh no.
and
He exploded?
he
Oh my
exploded himself with some alchemist fire.
Jesus. All
And
right.
that's how you got a wand of healing.
Rip Higgles.
hmm
Thankfully, the wand of healing is a magic item, so it didn't get screwed up in the
Eviscerated.
blaze.
I
Yeah.
really just love that I was chatting casually with another oxen.
No, and we made a thing of it too, that you were like a girl talking with this cow
my
the
God.
whole
It's like,
time.
woo, woo.
Yeah.
And that is the story. Mostly what you guys were talking about was what happened to Higgles beforehand.
I think there was like a Z-snap moo in there somewhere, but
Eh,
I can't remember.
Moo.
Moo,
Yeah.
moo,
No,
moo.
there was some sass moo for sure.
That moo? Okay.
And you have a new wild form from that encounter too.
That's okay.
The things that happen when you're away, Thea.
I know, I'm like, what the heck? But when I'm here, giant spider.
Yes. When you're not, badger slot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, that rhymed again.
Oh,
We're
we
on a
should
roll.
go. We should go.
We should go.
So you guys have all met up back at Barthen's. You all mount the cart. Someone will need to drive it.
I want to hop up in the passenger seat and just sit there and then look at Niken. And then pat with my paw.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
So it sounds like you two are going to be up in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one actually has handle land vehicles anymore, do they?
No.
No, that's why
I
Thea
do.
became an ox. That's why.
I think I
Mhm.
do.
One of you
actually.
should.
I'm pretty
Wait.
sure I do.
No?
Is the gnome our pilot again? No.
The gnome
Yeah.
is indeed
Nice.
proficient with
Yeah.
land vehicles. That's what you
I
get with
sure
the
am.
soldier background.
Hmm.
Oh, cool.
Or actually, a couple backgrounds do. I don't know if you have a soldier one or not, but
Soldier is how I get it.
nice.
Yeah, I am proficient in the things to do
Can
with.
Hex get up in the driver's seat?
I might need help there, but once I'm there, by golly,
So it's the last gnome all over again. I'll just go ahead and pick him up sort of by the scruff and set you up on the driver's seat.
Well, gee, you gotta warn me next time, Parthenax.
Sorry,
He's not Higgles.
we had a routine down with the last gnome.
Oh, that's okay. You just made the rock bumps appear on my arms and feet. It's really weird. But all good. Once he's up there, he looks like he knows what he's doing for the most part. He grabs the reins and he'll let out a low. I can't make it, but you know that whistle that's like an alien whistle where you hum and whistle at the same time? Yeah, someone did it. That thing.
I can't get much of a whistle right now.
I'll do that to call Omni and he'll pop up next to me as co-pilot.
So we've got
Okay.
a doggo, a fox, a gnome, and an elf all in the same front seat.
Right.
That's what I was gonna
not
say. I
the
think
start
all
to
of
a
you are there.
joke.
Well, I
That's-
figured gnome on one side, Niken on the other, fox and doggo in the middle.
Can the foxo talk to the doggo?
No,
I don't think so.
It's a mechanical construct.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm
what
asking.
does
like,
your thing have languages?
It's a good question. Let me see. Languages. Understands the languages you speak, so I guess it would know
Fox.
gnome.
Well, he would not know.
Almond.
Maybe fox? It has a
No.
smarter than a house cat. I know that. I think it's like 7. I can't remember what it has.
it's smarter than a red brand.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, no, it definitely is. You guys are piled on this thing. It's hilarious.
Sorry,
could
we
make
can
it
name this
bigger,
session
but-
Sella Asks a Lot of Questions. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Okay, so you guys arrange your seating order and set off. It is not quite noon, probably about 10 a.m. And you guys set off out of town on the cart. Let me actually put you guys on the road real quick. There you go. And with that, we'll take a quick little bathroom break if anybody has to go, because I know that I do. So I'll be right back. forgot something. I'm gonna retcon something real quick when we all meet back up. I think I'm gonna be buying Tasha's God damn it, I keep doing that. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, with my next paycheck, so that I can share it in the campaign and stuff. So that might just include some more spells and some more options for characters and things like that.
So, because I'm not the DM, I can't share it with everybody?
Yeah, unfortunately.
bummer.
And I thought about, like, what if you made a campaign and then all of us had our characters in that, but then I don't think you have any of the
Work.
I don't think you have the Eberron stuff and
No.
so like it would make things wonky. So yeah, we'll just wait till we've got it then.
It's not like I
Yeah.
can use anything from it until I level up anyway.
Yeah, that's also one of the cases. Okay, is everybody good?
Yes.
Yeah, when do I get to start swinging my axe? I want
Here
to
pretty
break
soon.
stuff.
Here pretty soon, hopefully.
Ooh.
So I do just want to retcon real quick before you guys left town. Solidar did hit the town master's hall real quick. I just need to check on a couple of things before we leave. Make sure the town master knows where I'll be for the next couple of days, so he can let the Lord's Alliance let him know that I'm still looking for Alban. I'm going to help this town with yet another one of those threats. The Red Brand are not the only thing plaguing this town at the moment. And when he returns, he has a letter for Parthenax, and he says before he hands it to you, he goes, "Parthenax, do you know any viscounts? There was a letter at the townmaster's hall.
Viscount.
There was a letter at the townmaster's hall addressed to a." And he starts to say your full name and title around you guys, but then kind of like just gives up and says, "I recognize the name Parthenax, and I assumed that it was you."
Okay.
Let me. So he gives you a. This is going to be in your player journal. Okay, it should be over there now. And he gives you a very fancy letter that has been sealed with wax. Inside is a fine piece of parchment with a letter that you know to be pressed and not handwritten. And then it reads, I'm not going to read it out loud to you, but that is a letter from home, as it were. And there should be one for Sella, too. I just need to see if I actually typed this up. No,
What?
I did not. No, there is not a letter for you.
Okay. There shouldn't be a letter for me. Should be
Uh,
no letters for me.
And that's why there's not.
Okay.
Parthenax, you get the feeling that they kind of sent these out to a couple of different towns. That they were really just trying to reach you. This was trying to establish some communication and kind of get back to you. So it's not like they knew that you were here specifically. They just figured you'd be at some town somewhere, so they sent out a bunch of letters. As you're reading it over, Slider is kind of like, "What does it say? Is it to you? Was I wrong?" Obviously, you're still reading it. That's cool. Okay, so you guys are on this trail out of town. You guys have spent a good couple of hours, like 4 or 5 hours, on the trail, leading away from Fandolin. It is a very quiet, calm day so far. Let's see. I got a new book with a bunch of like encounters in it, so I'll be using that. I just marked the wrong goddamn page. So you guys have established who all is on the cart. We've got Niken, Niken, Thea, Hex, and Omni up front. Would anybody like to be doing anything particular as you guys travel?
I just want to be listening intently to everything around me, like casually.
Sure. Do casually or actively?
Well, yeah, I mean like actively. Like I want to make sure that everyone's good to go as we're
I'm going to
moving
be doing
along.
the same thing. I can't turn my danger sense off.
Totally. Okay, go ahead and do investigation checks as you guys are just keeping a weather eye out on the horizon, as it were.
What check?
16 total.
Investigation.
I got 16.
Okay.
12.
16
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Wow. Let's see here. Yeah. Somebody. Both you guys got the same. Eru, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Yeah.
Just a straight d20.
17.
Okay. Niken, go ahead and do a animal handling check for me, as this is a new day. You are having to take
Sweet.
care of your little owlet friend.
I got an 18 plus 6.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, that's
He is
awesome.
he is very happy. He is growing pretty attached to you.
Cool.
You've noticed that even in the just the couple of days, it's like he has grown a little bit. You can see some of the down is kind of like starting to fall off.
Does he have a
kinda
little
come out.
familiar now?
Yeah, he's a little owl.
Almost. One more success, and we'll definitely be there.
So close.
So I guess after reading this letter, Parthenax's good mood kind of disappears. Like the glittering gold of his scales kind of. If a dragonborn could go gray, he would do that. He just like kind of goes a little pale.
Like he's about to shed.
No, not.
It's the
Not
closest
like-
I could think of.
Yeah.
Like when a snake is about to shed its skin, it becomes kind of dull
Yeah.
and opaque.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry.
No, that's a good one. Not about to shed, but yeah, he is. The happiness has been sucked
Distraught.
out. Yeah, distraught. There we go.
Okay. Did Sella hear when Sladar gave him the letter, like announce the Viscount part?
Yeah, you probably did. He said it like kind of in the presence of all of you, but he didn't even like get it out. It's like he started to say it, but it was like I don't know. I'm not sure. This is strange to even think that you're a Viscount. Like a Viscount.
That's
It
right.
wa-
She
it wasn't
heard
like he
Parthenax.
That's mostly what. Yeah, he was like the rest of this. I'm not sure of, but it says Parthenax, so I assume this is you. You're the only
She al-
Parthenax I know.
Yep. So after Sella heard that, she's been a little more like distance from the party, and just kind of hanging out in the back of the cart, playing her lyre, trying to be calm, be zen.
Okay.
But it's nice
So-
music, so she's just like playing music. It's great.
After you guys spend a little bit of time traveling through sporadic trees here and there, you come across a pond hidden away deep in the forest of an isolated mountain range. There are ancient thermal hot spring pools. Golden waters bubble up from deep below, bringing minerals of the acrid smell of sulfur to the surface. The name of the springs comes from an old tale of three sisters, all gold dragons who lost their ability to breathe fire and sought the help of the spring's healing waters. When they bathed, the water stripped the gold from their scales and the heat from their bodies, but in turn gave them the ability to breathe frost. To this day, the waters of these springs bubble with the remaining heat from the three dragons and grant blessings to those who bathe there. These springs have been in folklore and stories all around town, as you guys have spent plenty of time in this region, you come across these waters and smell the sulfur, see the golden bubbling liquid, and all of you immediately think of this story that has been told to you over and over. It seems you have found a small um, a small legendary healing pool, as it were.
Interesting.
Did I hear anything familiar?
Besides the babbling of water, no.
No, okay. I
So
kind
you
of want to
have to
hop
drink
off
them.
and like stick my paw in it, just like I'm testing the waters.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d8.
One.
So you dip your paw in.
Yeah.
And you pull it out, and it's like there's this kind of gleaming, almost like if there were glitter in the water, kind of sparkle that is around your paw, and it feels tougher. It feels like your paw is a little bit stronger.
All right, I'm just gonna dive in.
Right.
Oh no.
Okay, so you do, and the water is very warm. It is like unexpectedly warm, almost too hot. Like a nice hot bath. After a minute, you kind of acclimate to it. But it was a very very warm pool, and you were just covered in this kind of glistening water, and you feel a little bit tougher.
X is fascinated by it. I would like to take a vial and fill it with this liquid.
Okay, totally. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d8.
Noticing that Parthenax looks a little down, I stick a
7.
paw and I'm like,
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
like a dog.
yeah, exactly.
Come on.
I kind of walk in mournfully and then do like the thing that you do at baptisms where you go and you're back in the water. He just sort of turns around and just goes plop and just down in the water.
We better hope this isn't a bad liquid.
Yeah.
We didn't even really check it.
Can
No.
I can get down and investigate?
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check.
It's
7.
filled with piranhas.
It's
No,
7.
Bees!
Yeah.
Bees. Water bees.
Water bees.
7
What'd you
plus
get,
3.
Niken?
Careful.
7 plus 3, I got 10.
I am in
Okay.
fox form though,
It-
so if it like fucks me up, I'll be okay.
It just seems like a nice glistening spring water. You've heard the tale of the sister dragons that would find refuge in spring water and they stayed there until they could breathe ice. That their scales kind of like basically have laced these spring waters.
I can see Niken kind of like leaning over, cupping his hands, smelling it, drinking a little bit of it just to see if
Oh,
anything
no.
happens.
Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
A what?
A d8.
A D8. Where's my 8?
So yeah, Hex, you have a vial of this glistening spring water. As you hold it
6.
up, you can see like kind of little shimmering flakes of gold kind of spin through it and then sort of settle at the bottom. You said you got a 6, Niken?
Yes.
Yeah, you drink a little bit of it, and it's like a really really high distilled alcohol. It's like you sip it and you don't expect it. Kind of like coats your mouth, and as you breathe out, it's like you feel like you're breathing fire, but you feel like you're a little bit stronger because of it.
Nice. Okay.
Everybody seems to be getting in on this water, so it's
Watch
been a
us all
long
die.
day. Sal will just like take off her boots and roll up her pants and stick her feet in. And she sees Niken drink some of it, and she's like, that worries me. She's gonna cast Identify on the spring water.
Okay. So yeah, this spring water will give blessings to those who either bathe or consume it. And the blessing depends on the specific consumption or immersion with the water. I feel like as you cast Identify on this water, but you're kind of swimming your hand through it. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me. You feel like these bonuses should last about an hour.
10.
D8.
Oh, I'm a fool. I'm sorry. Okay.
Fine.
I still
Looks
rolled
like
a 10.
that is the
What do
best
you know?
roll.
You rolled off the charts.
Okay, 5.
Okay. Um,
Sorry.
no, it's cool. So on your particular Identify skill or spell as you're doing this, and you feel the waters begin to like fill you with a magical essence, you would get a D4 added to your attack roll and saving throw, or a saving throw for an hour.
And then
Parthenax, didn't you interact with the water?
I
be
am
fully submerged.
in it.
Did you roll a D8?
No, I am feeling Bahamut's presence just with me.
Mhm.
6.
Oh, interesting. You
You die.
well,
Ooh,
it's the same
low
thing.
level.
That's the same thing that Niken got. But it doesn't really affect you too much. Being a golden dragonborn in this golden spring water, it's like you feel like it just is kind of amplifying your golden dragonborn-ness. It's kind of like revitalizing this letter from home that you just got and kind of like perking you back up,
So
filling you back
question,
with some.
DM, this pool, dragons came to because they lost their fire breath, right? They came here to restore their fire breath.
They actually came to get rid of it. They came to let's see here. They lost the ability to breathe fire and sought the help of the spring's healing waters. When they bathed, the water stripped the gold from their scales and the heat from their bodies, but in turn gave them the ability to breathe frost. Yeah,
Oh,
so okay, so you are right.
Oh shit.
It doesn't have that strong of an effect on you. And it's because of the leftover golden dragonborn-ness
Oh, so
in
I'm
it.
just like
Essence.
soaking up like the leftover gold
Yeah,
dragon tea.
yeah, it's revitalizing you as a dragonborn. It's not
So
stripping away like it did to
is
them.
there a little bit of extra fire breath in the water that could bolster my own dragonborn fire breath?
Drink it.
That's some good Pat Rothfuss kind of stuff right there. I like it. Okay, so the actual effect that you got, I will let you know as well as Niken, is resistance to fire, which
Oh,
you
shit.
already have. So Niken, you're resistant to fire for an hour.
That's cool.
So I will give your breath weapon an extra D4
Okay.
for an hour.
Did I see Hex take that vial out of the water?
Yeah, I just picked it up.
Probably, yeah. I don't think he's being sneaky about it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask Hex. Hey, Hex, can I see that for a second?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna
You wanna do
cast
Identify?
Identify. Yeah, on the water that's been taken out.
Totally.
Eru's just like sitting in the cart, just like
Like
So-
sharpening the axe.
So
Want to cut something up.
you do get a different magical presence from the water in this vial, and you feel like it could bolster any ability or skill check that you might do. Basically, you just get a reroll on a ability or skill check
Nice.
once for an hour.
Okay. Hey, you got any more vials?
I have 4 more.
Nice.
I think we could use this stuff later from what my spell is telling me. So maybe we should take as much as we can.
Sure. And I'll pop open a compartment and a couple springs fly out, but I grab the vials and hand them over.
Cool. And I'll just fill them up, and that's enough for each of the people in our party, right?
I said 5, right? Here's 5.
Okay.
You had 4 plus the one you already filled.
So 6 total, yeah.
4 and 1 is 5.
4 and 1 is 5. Okay, then I won't take one. But if Hex is okay, I'll be like, I'm just gonna hand these out to the others. Is that cool?
Yeah, do it up.
Okay. And I'll tell
you
everybody.
might have to
"Yep,
hold mine for me.
yes, I'll do that for you.
Parthenax
I
doesn't
just-
need one.
But
Until at least I'm not
it
a
has different
fox.
properties after it's been
For him?
bottled.
Oh.
For him too.
So go ahead and roll a d8.
Me?
Yeah, you're filling the vial, right?
Yeah, I'm filling all of them.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d8.
2.
Okay, so as you're filling this vial and you're using your identify spell at the same time, like you lift it out of the water, and as the water kind of settles and the scales kind of stop moving, the identifying magicalness kind of washes over you. This will give you an increased speed of 10 feet for an hour. And as you're using your magic on this spell, you do notice across from you that there starts to the trees and brush start to move a little bit. Thea, you kind of were already honed in on this, and you do get a very, very foul scent coming through the air. After a couple of moments, all of you guys do also notice this brush moving, and out from behind these trees, a very large, lumbering, two-headed giant pops out from the trees, carrying a large club in one hand and an axe in the other. It does appear that one of these heads is asleep. But the Etten comes through the trees, sees all of you, and lets out a as you all have entered into his territory and started to screw with his waters, as it were. Let us roll an initiative.
Oh shoot. 5.
17. No, wait. 17.
Well,
My evil plan has come to fruition. 29.
what?
Jeez.
What?
Ow.
That's that alert, dude.
Actually, mine's 20
Uh.
because I keep forgetting to add the +3 that I have.
Same. 8 for me total.
What are
Priscilla
you
just get an
adding to
extra
it?
turn? My goodness, 29.
Initiative.
Yeah, she has a +5 to her initiative.
No, I have a
Weird.
+9 to my initiative.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Mhm.
How do you figure out what your plus would be?
So it's usually your dex modifier on your
For me, it would
character
be
sheet.
0. That's why I don't
Oh.
understand. Cool.
Okay.
I've got a 14 then.
Okay. Parthian, American, Hex. Eru, what did you get?
12.
12. And then Parth, what'd you get?
12 as well.
Oh, geez. All right, that's why I was confused. You guys sounded the same there. Without looking to see who was talking, I heard almost the same voice. Okay, cool.
Okay, Eru, it's your time to shine.
Yep.
Can I break it?
Etten rolled a natural 1. That's fucking awful. Well, one of its heads is asleep, so that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. So we've got Sella up first, followed by Thea, and then let's see, Parthenax, Eru. Which one of you guys want to go first? I think Parthenax, you have the higher dex, but I'll let you guys choose.
I'll go first because I have an idea.
Go for it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So it'd be Sella, Thea, and then Hex. And then Parthenax. And then Eru. And then Mencken.
Damn, I shouldn't have used those identifies.
You only used one, right? Because it lasts 10 minutes. You don't have to use
Oh.
identify for every new thing. You can use it once, and then for 10 minutes you're good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I go first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. I'll go.
Oh, that's
Okay.
hilarious. Okay.
Hmm.
Nothing. What you doing?
She's already by the water, so About what's the distance between the edge of the water and to the end?
Um, probably like 20. No, yeah, about 20 feet.
About 20
15,
feet?
15, 20, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to do one of my favorite things, and I'm going to cast Shatter on the ground beneath it.
Nice.
So,
Go ahead and roll damage. I mean, the ground, I guess, makes a con save, but like, it's, it's ground.
since it's inanimate, it gets a negative.
Or it's
Let me read it.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so it's because it's stone, basically, or earth that you're casting it on. It's at disadvantage.
Okay, so 3d8. So that's 11 damage to the ground. My intent is just to blow a crater out from underneath its feet.
Okay. I'll do dex save for it. 12. What is your spell modifier? I rolled a 12 both times. Or your
Oh.
Spell DC.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you sufficiently stumble this Etten. He is remaining up, like he uses the club to kind of like brace himself, but he is completely at disadvantage.
Okay. That ends my turn.
So is like a crap. What is the radius on your spell?
The radius, it is a circle, a 10-foot sphere.
Okay.
So he would actually get hit by it too.
No, we're not
No?
10 feet away from him.
No, just
No,
a 10-foot area around him is going to be kind of
So it gets a little bit of the pool.
Yeah, so he'll be stumbling through mud now.
here, like a. Oh wait, no. Alt is the circle. Jeez. That's fine. Okay. Stella, is that everything you want to do?
Oh, I can actually give an inspiration. I'm going to give an inspiration to Eru. Just out of fun. Okay.
How do you inspire this half orc?
Okay, you wanted to swing that axe.
I love being motivated. I love being motivated.
So
I think that
a
worked.
D6
It
or
definitely
D8?
worked.
It's a d6.
Okay.
And he gets 10 minutes to use it, so.
Nice.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So Sella, your turn is done. Sia, you are next, and Hex, you're going to be on deck.
I want to swim up to this little island and turn back into just elf form.
Okay. So yeah, as a bonus action, use your movement to move across the water over to the small island, and then as a bonus action, you turn back into your regular form.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna prepare, like, get ready.
So do you want to take the dodge action?
Sure.
Okay. Double check real quick what that does, because it should make it so that any attacks against you are at disadvantage. See here, dodge. Until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and if you make a dexterity saving throw with advantage. You lose this benefit if you're incapacitated or drop to 0 hit points. Cool. Cool, so you got the dodge action. Nice. Hex, you are up. Parthenax, you'll be on deck. There we go.
I will. This gap kind of by my character is. Would you say it's like 5 feet?
3,
3. Okay. cool.
probably. Like, probably not a full 5.
So I would like to take a 5 foot here. So I'm kind of leaping across the water. And as I do, you can watch my light green gnomish eyes just turn stone gray. And it's as if the gnome you guys have been adventuring with has just left the building. His armor has grown tight to his chest, and he looks just dead set and focused on this giant, almost like a completely different person. And as he jumps across, he's going to grab his new hammer that he was tinkering with as we were driving. I actually imbued the hammer on the trip here. So I have 2 infusions per long rest. I gave my hammer one of the infusions, which is returning weapon. So it grants a +1
Ooh.
to attack and damage rolls made with it. Returns to the wielder's hands immediately after it makes a ranged attack. So as he grabs this hammer, he is going to attempt to throw this hammer, and he's aiming just straight for the chest of this giant.
Okay. Usually if you're making an aimed attack, it's like a disadvantage thing. But since like that's center of mass. That's where you'd be going for anyway. It's just a
Yeah,
straight roll.
I suppose I'd just be throwing it then
Yeah,
at this giant.
I like the flavor anyway.
So it was 16 on die.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Okay.
Even without your mod, that hits.
Cool. That will be a +1 to attack and damage rolls. Okay. So 4 damage as I throw the hammer, and it kind of makes like almost like the sound of a zip line, as it kind of just flies from my hand a lot faster than you would assume, and it just bashes into him, and before he can really even tell what just hit him, it flies back to my hand, Thor status, and just clasps right in my hand.
Very nice. As you are returning this hammer back to your hand, you can see the expression on the second head is kind of like just shaking awake. As it just kind of wakes up and starts getting angry at being rudely awoken. Yeah, was there anything else?
Would you have Ami move now? Okay. I don't have a character model for him.
Oh, I forgot to put one on. My bad.
No worries.
I'm just gonna make him a dog. No. I like the other mechanical thing I had. That was from a Star Wars thing.
It's awesome. It fits him.
Problem is, what do you want him to do anyway? While I'm looking for you.
So he is just going to take his movement to kind of go around the pawn. He's going to end up going kind of behind him to create a distraction. So he'll probably get somewhere in here. Yeah, that'll work. He's kind of not intentionally, but he's hiding with this rock, kind of.
Okay. So you're just kind of getting him into position for
A better
better
position.
Move.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else you want to do?
That'll do.
All right. Awesome. Parthenax, you are up. Eru, you are next.
All right. I'm going to walk over to Eru I'm going to put my hands on Iru. Say, get ready to rock. I'm going to Misty Step with Iru in my clutches, in my hands, and I want to
Damn.
Misty Step right above the giant's head. So Iru is going to be dropping, like when he starts his turn, dropping
Ooh.
with the axes on the giant. If I'm going to fall, if I feel like I'm falling too fast, I cast Feather Fall as a reaction. But I'm not sure how tall this giant is that I'm going to be falling that hard to hurt myself.
It is large, so I'm pretty sure that makes it 10 feet by 10 feet. So it'd be like 10 feet in the air. I don't think that's really far
Yeah.
enough to hurt you.
Okay.
It would, if at most it'd be 1d6 bludgeoning for only 10 feet. So I don't think that would actually matter.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this move all week. It's like an Iru bomb.
Plus, use that +6 for the athletics roll.
There we go.
And yeah,
I was gonna say, and for future reference, can you just like say to Iru, Operation Orc Bomb?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you grab your orc companion. As long as he doesn't resist your spell or anything, you're easily able to Misty Step him over. You gave him plenty of warning about rocking, so I think that he was ready. Iru, unless there's any reason you don't want this spell to be done on you.
Nope, this sounds pretty good. What is this is gonna have to be? So now I'm in the air.
So since you
Axe over
guys'
my
turns are right next to each other like this, Parthenax, unless there's anything else you want to do, Iru can just start his turn right on that attack.
No, I guess I'm just going to try and stick the landing so I'm not spending my turn like mucking about upside down.
Go
So
ahead
I
and do
guess
an
this
athletics.
coincides with what my turn was going to be, in which case I was going to reckless attack. But
This is pretty
I don't
reckless.
have the choice anymore.
Yeah.
I already all it was going to give me was advantage on the throw, but disadvantage on my next turn. But it seems like this is just what's happening. So
Yeah.
I will accept the disadvantage on my next turn for this scenario. Yeah, I'm going in full cleave, great axe right here. I need to.
Parthenax,
roll
can you do
for-
an athletics check real quick? You will land. I just want to see how gracefully. Because you're using Misty Step and all that and the Feather Fall, so like you're not going
10.
to land. Okay, yeah. It's a pretty average landing. It's like it's the first time that you Feather Fall down. So there's like a little bit of a woo.
Oh, did I need Feather Fall?
I just assumed you used it for flavor anyway. Because it doesn't do a spell slot, does it?
It does.
Oh, it does. Okay. So it just from the Misty Step, even like kind of just falling down from that. It's like a kind of a little uneasy, but you do manage to stick the landing. Sorry, Iru.
Okay. So what am I rolling for here?
Do attacks. As you're coming down, kind of from just bamfing from the cart now above this Etten. You're now coming down
Okay,
with
am I
your
rolling
great
for
axe in
damage or
hand.
DC here or what?
So do a roll of 20 and then plus your attack modifier, which
Okay.
will help you out with.
No, that was I already rolled for that. Just it says 24.
Oh hell yeah, you hit.
Okay. And then I've got let's see, 13 for damage.
Nice, good
Is he
hit.
getting extra for being dropped on top of his head?
Yeah, am I getting any gravitational assistance?
How far above the Etten do you actually go? So and I'll put it this way. Usually when characters fall and stuff, it's 1d6 per 10 feet of bludgeoning damage. So I will add that d6 of extra damage if you're at least 10 feet above him. That'll put you like 20
what
feet in the air.
height would that put me all together? Well, no, I guess I'm landing on top of the giant.
Yeah.
here,
Okay.
huh?
How tall is this creature? Because could I even? do
He's 10 feet tall. The top
Oh, yeah,
of his head's
okay,
about
so I'm
10
20
off
feet in the
entire
air.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, yeah, done.
You're definitely 10 feet over his head.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and add an extra d6.
1d6 of bludgeoning on top of that. That's 2. 15.
Nice. That made my calculation way easier. Okay.
So I guess I will swing the axe out over my head, cleaving into his shoulder, and then sliding down the rest of the way. Stumbling on my way down, I have to kind of catch my footing, and my axe is pretty dang heavy.
Go ahead and
So
make
I
an
am
athletics check.
okay. What's that? That's dexterity, isn't it?
It's a skill.
Oh, there it is, isn't it? Oh, hey. All right. 7.
Did you use your inspiration die yet?
Oh no, I did not. This is a great time for it. I'm
Nice.
sure feeling inspired right about now after that. That was
Good teamwork.
13.
Okay, yeah, you do land on your feet,
Yes.
and the axe, not necessarily stuck in this thing, but it is still in there. And as you land and come down, it's like it tries to pull away, as both these heads are just kind of grumbling and grunting against the pain. But it took a
All
pretty
right.
good hit. Is there anything else you like to do? You have your movement still technically, but
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to. I guess my axe is still kind of in there, but not in there. So I'm a little off balance. I'm gonna pull my axe as best I can, and then I think I'm gonna run. Hopefully out of swinging distance here for just a moment.
okay. If you do move out of its cube, you'll get a attack of opportunity from it. Even though you're behind it, it's just going to be just swinging around to.
All right, I think I'll duck behind it then, just right where it can't see me.
Okay, so yeah, you are just
Yeah.
like directly behind it, still within that striking range and everything,
Mhm.
but it's not looking at you. That's for sure. Okay, Iru, you're good. I'm sorry, Niken, you're up.
Hyphen.
Then
Could
we'll be
I
back at the top of Sella.
can I go behind the giant? And I'm going to use my daggers and aim for his ankles, behind his ankles.
The
You wanna-
Achilles.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to move behind him? Yeah, you
I
could
would
definitely
like
do
to,
that.
yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm going to double strike with my daggers. Let's
Nice.
see if they land. It's a 6. Does it,
That one does not hit. Is that
Yeah.
with your
That's my
your
D20.
attack modifier? Yeah. So you've got your attack modifier too, or your weapon modifier, I guess. So you get there's a +6 to that, so a 12 would hit. If you rolled a 6,
Does-
yeah, you
yeah.
get a +6, so that
Okay,
definitely
so
hits.
12. Okay.
Just hits actually.
All right, let me see. A 3?
That's your damage.
3 damage? Yeah.
Okay.
For one of them. Okay. I'm going to roll my other D20. 11 plus 6, 17. That
Nice, yeah,
lands.
that definitely hits.
It's a 3 again.
Okay. And are you adding your you get a +4 to your damage? You know that?
No, I did not know that. So it's 7 on both then.
All right. Yeah, make sure you keep that one in mind.
So we've done 15 and something damage to this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty decent amount so far.
How's he looking?
Still looking strong and
Damn.
pretty pissed.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine. That one head just woke up.
And he's
So-
stumbling around a hole.
He is stumbling around a hole, and he tries to move away from what's behind him, but doesn't really get too far with the all of the terrain being messed up. He does try to attack you, Hex. You're the only one within line of sight of him. No, you know what makes more sense? If he would actually turn to all of the things that are behind him. So yeah, he just turns around. I don't think I can't flip it backwards, obviously. Let's go like that. Turns around. And he's gonna attack. Niken, I think, would be the closest.
Yeah.
Is gonna be my guess. So he's got multi-attack. He's got a battle axe in one hand and a morning star in the other. Okay, the morning star does not roll well at all. 14 7 though. But the battle axe rolls a natural 20
Damn.
for a
Oof.
27.
You guys are gonna have to heal me.
Okay. Oh, geez. 5, 14, plus 5. Does 19 points of damage
Damn.
Oh
as
God.
a crit. It just like makes
I'm
this
almost
attack
dead.
as it's whirling around, roar, and just clobbers you with this Morning Star. You don't have to make like a deck save or anything like that. So you do just take the damage, but it is back at the top with Sella.
I just saw Niken take
Yes.
Morning Star to the gut. Is he still standing or is he like
Right. I
laid
think
out?
yeah.
He's still standing. Are you still
Okay.
standing? Are you up? I wasn't trying to
What's
kill
your-
you.
How many hit points do you have left? I guess. Well, that's kind of out of character, but how
He's
awful do you look?
How
He's
bad?
messed up. If that was a
Very.
crit, yeah. He's
I have
very.
yeah, I got 1 point left.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
He's feeling 1% of his usual self.
oh right. So I'm definitely like, oh no. Oh no. Did Niken get pushed away at all?
No.
No? I'm gonna move just like around here so that he's in range. And then I'm gonna cast, God dang it, there we go.
Maybe.
Healing word.
Go.
Okay. I'm actually gonna cast healing word at second level.
Very good. Nice. It's 2d4, right?
Yeah, it's 2d4. So
Roll healing damage.
that's a 4 and a 2, so 6 plus my modifier is total of 9 healing back. So Niken is healed for 9.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. And as my bonus action, I'm gonna give Niken an inspiration. Like, you took that well. Get back in there.
Nice. So yeah, Nike, you have a D8 inspiration die.
Okay.
I don't remember what your.
It's a
I don't-
6. 1d6.
It's a 6. So 1d6 inspiration die. So you can add that to an attack roll, ability, or skill check.
Okay.
Nice. Move Sella. Thea, you're up next, and then Hex, you're on deck.
Okay. So she only healed him for 9 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's about about half the man that he used to be instead of only
He's
1%.
still pretty hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm now human, by the way, everybody. Well,
Elf.
No, you're not. You're an elf.
I'm
You're now
You're-
elf.
I'm
You're
now
over
elf.
here, by the way.
He is a human all of a sudden? What?
It won't let me
Yeah.
move my little. Well, maybe it will. Yeah, it won't let me move my little dude.
No.
Where's your fox?
I'm on the little island.
Oh, okay. Oh, you should be able to. I got you as the.
Your avatar is over here.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
person over on the
Oh, they're
left.
in the bottom.
Ding.
There
Oh,
it is.
I meant to put that one in the DM
Oh.
layer. The
I
fox
can't
is
do
over
anything
here.
with that one.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right. Well, I'm gonna move over here, kind of
Okay, yeah.
right up here, right behind. Well, whatever, as close as I can get to Niken, and I'm gonna reach out and touch him, and cast Cure Wounds.
Sweet.
So I got 7 for that.
Nice. Weird. So Niken, you heal up for 7 HP as your druid companion swoops in, gives you some cure wounds. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Thea?
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife, and try to hit this giant in like his eyeball on one of the heads. Just I guess the right head.
Is Ice Knife an actual spell, or is
It's
that
a spell.
Okay, so it's Cure Wounds, so you wouldn't be able to do both of those
Oh, okay.
in one turn.
Um,
They're both in action.
Well, then I'm gonna take the dodge. Well, no, I can't do that either. Then I guess I'm just done.
Okay. Nice. Hex, you are up, along with Omni, and then Parthier will be next.
So I will take a 5-foot-ish up onto the rock. So I actually step up onto the rock to make
Nice.
me a whopping 4'5". And as a bonus action, I pop the cork on the vial that I had and drink it. So
Okay.
that'll give me the reroll ability for an hour.
Very
and
nice.
I grit my teeth. It reminds me of a metal cider that my mother used to make when I was young. It tastes like Goldschlager if you've ever had that
Okay.
alcohol.
There's like
Oh,
a
no.
little bit of a barnyardiness to it. Like if you guys ever walk into a reptile house at a zoo, or if you've owned a lizard and
Oh.
had to change the water after a little while.
Oh,
There's like just this,
fuck no.
yeah, there's just this little bit of reptile funk to it.
Cinnamony reptile funk. I love it. He smiles. And he, after drinking the vial, he just crushes the glass in his glove, and it like just starts steaming and like bubbling, and so the glass actually is like melting, and he's going to attempt to. It's going to be a firebolt,
Ooh.
but he has to do everything mechanically. So firebolt it is. 17 on die, and that's a 10.
Definitely hurts.
So as this glass is just fusing and bubbling and steaming in his hands, he just looks the giant dead ahead with no fear and lifts his hand and blasts him. Yes. 4, 10. That was the perfect roll. So that would be a 16.
Ooh, nice.
Just straight at one of the faces, whichever one's closest to him.
Yeah, definitely the one that is on the left woke up most recently.
Yep.
It's kind of turned away from you now after having swung the Morning Star. It's kind of just coming back around and managed to get like the side of the recently sleeping face.
Perfect. Yeah, so he gets blasted with the firebolt.
Some of the hair is singeing. It smells even worse now.
Perfect. And then Ami is going to swoop. Let's see. 5, 10. Yeah. He's going to swoop behind him, kind of right next to Niken, and he is going to attempt to bite the heels. 14.
That hits.
Perfect. BD.
Wait, is Slido just chilling in the cart?
It's like,
As
oh
he-
god, giant.
As he
He
does.
has a fear of giants. He is petrified in the cart.
He
If
cannot
any of
move
you guys
closer.
do look over, yeah, no, he actually cannot. And
So
he didn't
as
roll good
Okay.
either, so
as Hex blasts half the side in the steam, and little bits of like liquid glass fly off of this giant, Omni takes the opportunity to swoop in and get a really good chunk of this ankle, dealing 5 damage.
You said 5 damage?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he's taking some hits.
Just come up here. Come on.
Your cat's shy. Doesn't want to be on camera.
He doesn't like the dice. The sound of the
Oh.
dice rolling freaks him out.
Mine loves it.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my cats. But he's just staring at me like, Mom, get rid of it.
Is that your guys' turn? Menominee? Okay, cool. Parth, you are up. Eru, you are on deck.
All right. I'm going to step around Eru just a little bit. And then I'll cast Burning Hands at the 2nd level. So
Very
I need to
nice.
make a Dex 14 save.
This is like the least dexterous thing you guys have ever fought. 9 as a -1.
Okay, and then I'm going to use Empowered spell to reroll the 1 and a 2.
Ooh.
So it's two more d6. So 8 plus 12 for 20 damage.
Damn. Very nice.
I'm going to lose my kill count lead.
Okay. Good move, Parth. Is there anything else you want to do? I like you playing with Parth.
No, that would be it.
Awesome, so. Eru, you are up. Niken will be on deck.
All right, I'm gonna go for the same deal. I'm just gonna go for basic great axe attack. I'm gonna actually rage now.
Nice.
And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and frenzy as well. Give myself the extra attack for the bonus action. So I guess let's see. That is a 26.
A hit?
Yeah. And then let me do damage on the first one. Ooh, not so good on this one.
Your hit is twice as solid as it needed to be.
13, huh?
That's 11 for the first attack.
Okay.
And then, let's see. That's an 11 for the second attack.
Damn.
For, I guess, attack for damage, I'm looking at...
What was your third attack? Would you roll?
No, for damage, it's going to be 15 for the second attack.
Oh, okay.
11
on the
was
first.
the DC for to make the second attack. If I need to do that.
No, you're good. So that was only 2. You get a third?
No, just the 2. That's all I get.
Oh, okay. Main attack,
For now,
bonus
I don't
action
think
attack.
I don't think I get a third until a couple more levels.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, 'cause I'm used to barbarians just having like crazy amounts of attacks. So like, attacks per turn 1, and then you've got that bonus action. Yep, cool. And that was with your extra damage
Yeah.
stuff within the. Okay, cool. Make sure you mark that off and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're up with Niken.
Yeah, how's he looking now?
Not great.
Not great. Okay. I am going to do the same thing again.
Double dagger.
Yep. Bring him down. 10?
To hit?
Yeah.
Is that what you had
Go
on
ahead.
die?
Yeah.
Oh, remember your attack modifiers, man.
No, that's my D20. Does it land?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you rolled on the D20, right?
Yeah.
Is a 10, you said?
Yeah, it's a 10. I rolled a 10.
And then you got a +6 to your hit DC.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget about those mods. That definitely hits.
8 total for my dagger.
All right.
Six, 10. This one's a 10 total. I rolled a
That one-
6.
That one does not hit.
Okay.
But if you rolled a 6,
Could I use my luck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm rolling again. 15 plus 19 hits, obviously.
Yeah.
I got a 6 total.
nice. He is looking weak.
And then how do I use the boost that Stella gave me? I roll a.
That would be
six.
on the attack roll. Like you could have used that against, or you could have used that instead of the luck.
Oh, okay.
That's like to make your attack higher or a save higher and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you still have that if we get into the next round of combat.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
How's he looking?
Gliders, he is not looking awesome.
Okay.
Kind of like lumbering around a little bit. Damn. Just dropped my dice all the way down between my bed. Glider rolls another 1 on his spear. He is still just petrified in the cart.
Did he wear his brown pants?
Yeah, you guys can't tell quite if he's shit himself.
Great.
So the Etten swings around, and the most formidable thing near it is Eru, who's taken quite a few chunks out of it. He makes 2 attacks. One is an 18 with the battle axe. Does that hit? I think that just hits.
What am I comparing that against?
AC.
Oh, yeah, that's 18.
So that one just hits. Okay. And then the other's an 11, so never mind. Okay, so he misses with the Morning Star, but lands with the battle axe. Here's my for, oh geez, 15 points of damage. I'm sorry, 20 points of damage.
Ooh.
Plus 5.
All right.
Rolled an 8 and a 7.
Shit, that's it.
That leaves me down to 26.
Oh.
So
Oh my
you're
god.
I'm like, ow. That hurts.
I'm like
That
getting
was a
ready to
good-
cast over
That's a good hit.
Like that knocked the wind out of me.
Yeah, it's almost like a glancing blow. It like takes a good chunk, but you're still standing there, ready for combat for another hit. It comes down with the battle axe that you're ready for, and then the Morning Star comes around and it catches you. You're almost prepared for it. We're back at the top with Sella.
All
It
right.
just roars as it's standing there.
It just roars.
Yeah.
I'm
That
gonna
was its
roar
bonus
back. I'm gonna cast Shatter on its head because that sounds like fun.
That sounds
only have-
awesome.
Which one?
The one that roared.
A con
I don't know.
save. Yeah,
It's
they were both roaring pretty hard.
Okay. Well, it's a 10-foot sphere, so I can get both heads, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
There you
And
go.
what's your save again?
Let me check. It's 13. Con save
Okay.
13.
So, it rolled
Still
a
takes
16.
He still takes half damage.
Yes.
So it's 3d8. 3d8 divided by 2.
You just roll, get the total, and then cut it in half.
Okay, so 21. Do I add my spell attack modifier to each of those?
No, not
Okay,
for shatter.
then it's okay. So just the once. So that would bring it up to 26. Half of 20
I don't think there's any spell modifier for shatter. Yeah, it's just the straight dice.
Okay, so it's just 21 divided by 2, which I guess would be 10 if you're rounding down.
Mm-hmm.
So
It is-
I do 10 damage to
is.
its face.
Not looking good. It takes this hit, and its eyes just kind of like open and close in sequence.
A little bit
And
of
just lumber.
blood pooling in the sclera, maybe.
Yeah, one of them has a bloody nose.
Yes. Okay. And then actions.
That would be an action.
My bonus action I still get.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I can still do a bardic inspiration. Who comes after me?
Me.
Thea?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You can
I'm
save it if
actually-
you want to, yeah.
No, I'm gonna give it to Parthenax.
Okay.
Hockaloogie! Something.
spit
I
a
got
hot
nothing.
one. Okay, nice. Thea, you are up, and then Hex, you'll be on deck.
So I'm going to cast Ice Knife at the second level. Does come on a 17 hit?
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So I do 4 damage. Man.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. It was just dwindling. Okay, thank God.
It had 1 HP left, just so you know.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Ah,
I'm sorry, Sella.
I am going to just like shoot it to where it goes straight through both heads. Just clean shot.
magic
Very-
bullet.
Very nice. It's like this thing is kind of like lumbering around, and then you guys just hear a as this kind of icy icicle just moves through both heads, and it just stops, and then starts to kind of wobble around. Niken, Thea, Eru, and Niken, Thea, and Eru, can you guys make me a dex save as this thing starts to timber all over you guys?
17.
Okay, nice. Thea and Eru.
11.
Okay. Thea? Thea!
Sorry, what was that?
Make a dex save. The
Oh,
Etten's about to
gosh.
fall on you.
Oh, are you serious?
I gotta use a +6 also, right?
Oh yeah, you totally made out of the way. You're.
My character sheet like closed out. That's why I was zoning. I was trying to log back in.
Oh no. I got you for your bonus. I always have your guys' character sheets up just in case.
A deck save.
Yeah,
Let's
you get
see,
a plus
okay.
3.
21.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of you guys like scatter kind of like roaches as you see this figure start to move, and then its mass start to come your direction. All of you just instinctively move out of the way. Parthenax, you're almost kind of shoved a little bit as Eru's kind of like fuck, kind of getting out of the way of it. But
Stop
yeah, it comes crashing down onto the ground, kind of splashing partially in this water. It's Morning Star is just like draped into the water, and the rest of it's kind of laying there, deceased and beaten, which is where we will pick up next time. Good job, guys. That was actually really, really good timing. I thought I might have to like fudge the HP or something like that to be like, God, we gotta end this a little sooner, but that was spot on. Sella, you lined it up like a good true bard. Some good. I know you're probably mad you didn't get the kill, but
No, I'm okay with it.
okay.
I'm
It
a
was-
support class.
Yeah.
I was
That
really
was-
hoping it would get to my turn and I could kill it by throwing a hammer.
that would have been fucking awesome.
Very Looney Tunes.
Very Looney Tunes.
I like the execution by Ice Knife. That was pretty good. Right on. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Gateway. We will see you next week. And vote in the comments for what animal Thea should be next week. Thank you. We'll see you all later. Bye. That was just to stop the recording. Oh, nope, it didn't.